Well, hello, my good man.
And did mom start again?
No, she's going. She's on a fucking rampage, Jackson. She's on a fucking rampage right now. Yeah. Then them are the times when I know just to shut the hell up and know my fucking role.
Right.
Hey, listen, there's even times when Lunatic Dad is scared of mom, okay? There are times. I gotta tweet your shit out, buddy. I gotta tweet it like a tweeter, fucking tweeter.
Tweet me, beat me, and repeat me.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Will the Trill. PWI
Will.
Spirituals up in here. What's up, PWI? Mama's going off. So if you hear anything in the background chat or whatever, that's Mama just fucking right now she's irate. So I don't fuck with her when she's like this. I just sit there and just say, okay, all right. Make sure you guys give a thumbs up on this live stream if you don't mind. If you don't mind.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was yesterday's. Why do I have yesterday's live stream on my phone? How in the hell is that? How in the hell is that even possible? All right. So, guys, make sure that you guys share this out up on your Twitters, Instagram, Facebook, whatever type of other place that you guys got going on and everything else. I don't even know what the hell this is going to be about.
It's bullying.
It's about bullying. So, Dad, quit bullying me, okay? Just because I'm married to him, don't bully me.
Oh, is that what it is? You're bullied? Will the Trill says way ahead of you on the thumbs up. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, Will.
Hell yeah. No, I'm not listening. I had to just go to it so I can tweet it out. So I can, yeah. Well, right now I ain't fucking with you, woman. Right now, whatever you want to go ahead and do, we're good. We're good.
It's okay.
She's good too.
You can do what you gotta do, Ma.
Yep.
It's all right.
We don't mind.
Beat their asses if you want.
Man, I'm telling you, she was. You heard her.
Oh yeah.
Them damn people that do them homeowners associations and everything else, they act like as if they own your fucking house. Try to tell you.
You want to know what they are? You want to know what they are? They're fucking bullies.
When we get our new house, I'm not living in the association. I'm not living in the gated community. I was like,
Nope.
Because they're not telling me what to do. You know?
Yeah. But PWI Spirituality says, yeah, I got bullied on here yesterday. We didn't bully. I wouldn't bully you. Maybe in a different platform, maybe or whatever. We don't bully. We just like to go ahead and screw off and talk a lot of shit and everything else. That's what we do. But honestly, there's no. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what bullies are? They're people living in their mama's basement. They have a horrible home life, you know, so they want people to feel as bad as you do.
Me as they do?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Well, as bad as they do, yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, I mean, we want to get onto our subject and everything, what we're going to be talking about and everything. But, you know, like I said, Mama, you guys seen her at her best. Before we went live, people, you have no idea. Mama was on a fucking rampage. Holy shit. I wish I had a camera rolling then.
It's okay.
We love her.
Yeah, it is what I believe bullies are energy vampires. Kind of makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, it does, really, because they like to...
They drain you.
Suck the shit out of you, you know? Well, not
yeah, but they only... But people who bully only drain you if you allow them to bully you. If you allow them to get into your head... If you allow them to get into your headspace, then they won. But, you know, the best way to beat a bully is ignore them. Because then they're like, oh shit, I ain't getting a rise out of nobody or anything.
What did I tell you? They're not but keyboard warriors, you know. They think their shit don't stink. Well, excuse me, everybody's shit stinks.
A lot of people take their shit back to second grade.
Right.
Where they're just calling names.
Yep.
I got one at work.
Tom McDonald's on, right?
Okay. I got one that does that to me at work. And then he comes up and tells me, I know you're Chris's body, but I want to speak with Chris. And all I have to do is say, you made me the way I am.
You know,
and you freak out.
Everybody is touched with a little bit of bullying.
Yep.
You know? I mean, clothes you wear, if you wear glasses, or if you're in a wheelchair, or you're different in any way, you know, you get bullied.
Or if you look like me.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, you're a dick with ears. That's all I got to do is take a piss and I look down. I'll be like, "Hey, Chris, how you doing down there lately?" I'm just
See, now
I'm,
there's
I know.
bullying, but then there's messing with people and just joking around and stuff, you know.
Right.
But some people think, oh well, he's joking around like that. Is he really serious? Does he, do they even care about me? It's like, y'all know us for a long time, and you think that just because they're saying shit like we've always done, you're getting bullied? What?
Mhm.
Right.
Well, don't forget also, with bullying and everything on these social internet platforms and everything else, it also depends on the type of people you hang out with too. I mean, if you're hanging out with a group that just enjoys to cause chaos and everything else and get a rise out of people, them are the type of people that they're basically not. I would love to see their home life. I mean, are they that
Right.
way outside of social medias? I mean,
Yeah.
are they outside? I guarantee you, them same exact people that are act like that up on social medias. I guarantee you, out in the real world and everything, I bet you there's pussy shit as hell or whatever, and they get runned over by people. I bet you $1 million.
I guarantee a lot of people that are acting like complete dicks or assholes on here, they're only doing it because it's the only place where they can be strong enough to do something like that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then out in the real world, it's going to be somebody that looks like a toothpick.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
again.
Their home lives too, Dad. I mean, there's not like there's no dad in the picture. Mom don't care. What yeah.
Yeah, but you know what's the sad part is that when you got grown ass adults, people that are older and everything else,
Doing it.
purposely messing with people and everything else, them are the ones that I'm just like, man, you got to get a fucking life. You got to get a life because, I mean, like in our little community and everything else, if I ever see a motherfucker or whatever that's out there that go ahead and mistreat people or acting like that or whatever, don't come in and say hi to me. Because I'll be like, I know what the fuck you're about. Don't act like that towards me, because I ain't got no time for stupidity. I just don't have no time for people that are stupid.
Yeah.
Remember, when you react to a bully, you're giving them what they want. You're giving them the power. You're giving them the energy. They're sucking the energy right from you because they're like, we got a rise out of you, and it's working. So we're gonna keep on doing it. But when you just go ahead and just put them off to the side like as if they don't matter, they don't even matter on the sweats off my nuts when it's fucking summer, then they leave you alone because they're like, it ain't nothing gonna happen.
Right.
It's either they'll leave you alone or they'll think of something else that they know that will touch that nerve just to get that rise again.
Yep.
To make them feel like they're empowered when they're nothing.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, Daddy told Chris, and he's like saying they call me like, that's a Tom McDonald song, and it's called Names. It's like, you know what? Do your worst.
Chris, I think Missy's in love with Tom McDonald.
No, he brought it up.
You're the one that said his name.
You were saying something about people calling
and actually, I believe you. I think she is.
Yeah.
I love his music.
She wants me to get a big Tom McDonald poster and put it up on the ceiling so he can watch over her.
No, maybe that's one way. That's one way she gets excited, though. If you think about it, Chris.
Chris, he's an independent rapper that speaks the fucking truth. Okay.
I'm messing.
Hey. Yeah, we're just messing with you, Missy. Don't get upset. Look at that. Missy's hair went from red to dark red real quick. That's funny shit.
Who was worse? What we seen from Lunatic Mom a few minutes ago, or
no?
Side coming out.
I got one on one side, one on the other, the same thing.
When Mama gets rolling, buddy. I mean, in real shit, not on camera or whatever the case may be. Seriously, there's a lot of times I step aside. I'm like, no, because if I get involved or say something, whatever, and then I'll end up being the fucking bad guy. So I just shut up.
You're gonna be the one picking your ass up off the floor.
Yep. I just say, you know what? I'm too old for this shit. I ain't messing with you, woman. That's one thing. Now, I would ask you a question. Who do you think are the bigger bullies, women or men on social media? I always thought about that.
Well,
I can see it being real close, right down the middle.
I would say
Yeah.
women are not
But
just bullies. They can
what
be
I
bitches
ha-
too.
what I have experienced myself, like with the trolling, because a lot of them are just in there just to bully people.
Now,
It's been mostly male type names,
Mhm.
but it's hard telling who's hiding behind those names.
now we have had one troll that we
That's
actually
true.
liked. Remember? Anonymous Light. We liked Anonymous Light. He would come on and pick on Chris all the time about like his what was the mullet or what
Bald mullet
yeah,
or
the
whatever.
mullet
it was.
haircut and his Mountain Dew and
Yeah, but I mean, on the more serious, I see it more. Believe it or not, the females could be more vicious. I think
Yes.
exactly
up
because
on social
like
media,
that,
they get bad, and I've seen a lot. You know, being on YouTube for a long time and everything else, I've seen the females. They can get downright fucking. I mean, nasty and
Yeah.
everything. And I'm just sitting there like, you need to go get laid by your husband because you got just way too much fucking energy for me. Way too much energy.
Exactly. But
I'm with him
now where does it all start at usually?
at home. The way they were raised, they were like they were taught like don't take no shit from no one, you know. So
You wanna know
even
something?
even if they're not like if nobody's messing with them, they're gonna start shit with you because they can. They're gonna have an attitude like you.
Yeah,
I
I
do
may
what I
have
want.
that attitude. I was
Well,
brought up
bully-
the
you don't
same
bully
way,
people either.
but the thing is, I can control myself.
You don't bully people either, you know.
Mm, well, uh, again, I see up on social media platforms and everything else. It's all cyberbullying. First off, I
Yep.
mean, most of it. The only time it gets real bad is if it gets outside of social media and people actually start stalking people at their homes and stuff like that. Now, that is the extreme cases, extreme.
Mm.
But I mean, but you got some fucking whack jobs out here on social media. You do.
And
You got
yeah,
some really whack jobs.
not only that, like telling people, "Oh, well, you don't belong here. Go kill yourself." How many? I don't know
How many people
articles-
actually go through with it?
I don't know how many articles Chris has read and said, "Oh my god!" I said, "What?" And he goes, "This one lady was pretending to be a boy and made this girl go ahead and kill herself."
Mm.
You know, I'm like,
And she did it right up on YouTube.
yep.
But here's the thing, though. If you're the type of person that gets emotionally moved, or you get all your tits in a frizzy, or whatever you want to call it, and things really bother you that bad, maybe social media platforms and everything else are not for you.
Well,
know,
I've
You
known
got to have a thick skin. I've been on this social media shit for 8 years and everything else, and the only thing I can tell you is my skin is as thick as hell. I mean, you can come in and say whatever the hell you want and everything, except leave my wife out of it. That's kind of a good way of pissing me off. But
It pissing a few other people off.
yeah.
yeah, but I mean, but cyberbullying, it only gets as bad as I believe anyway, is if you also take in it and you acknowledge it. Remember, by acknowledging bullies up on social medias and giving them your power, you're giving them the power to go ahead and do what they're doing to you because you're acknowledging it. I seen it all the time when someone gets pissed off at somebody on in the communities or whatever, and then they go live and then they're MF and then they're talking a lot of shit and they're doing all this other stuff and everything. And after a while, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, there is a way out. It's called get off the social media. I mean, if it gets that bad, if it starts affecting your home life and say it starts affecting your marriage, you're getting snippety with your husband or wife or whatever the case may be, and you're talking about social medias, that's what's pissing you off and really got you all, tits in the tizzy and everything else. Well, there is a way to go ahead and alleviate all that craziness. There is a way. Just walk away.
I've known people that have just like we always tell people, don't give up, don't quit,
Yeah.
because people are gonna be,
Dicks.
they're gonna be a dick regardless to whoever, and just don't delete your channel, give it a break, and then come back on.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I a lot of times that people.
Here, it's like me on D Live. I think D Live is a very good platform. I really do. It's just that I don't have the same desire and everything else, and it just didn't take off. Like I said it on the stream when I said my goodbyes to everybody and everything else. And it's no knock on D Live whatsoever. I won't. I think it's a good platform and everything, but it's just not for Dad. Okay, Dad's a YouTuber, and that's my home, and this is what I am.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna be the type of prick that on my way out bashing a platform or whatever the case would be, just because it didn't work out for me on D Live and everything else.
I can do the same for somebody else.
Yeah, it may be great for somebody else, and I'm all down with that. I'm sitting there like, look, you do whatever platform you think is the best for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Because
Right.
if you're doing it for other people or whatever, believe me, it was a big decision that I made up on D Live and everything. I didn't take this very lightly. I waited about 3-4 weeks thinking about it and everything else. And I made that. I came to the final head and everything else and said, that's it. I'm done. I just cannot figure out how to delete the fucking channel because my password's fucking gone. Ain't that a bitch?
Like I said, that could possibly be them having problems with their servers.
We told you they're bullying your dad.
Yeah, they're bullying you.
Who's bullying me?
Your
D-Live.
D-Live.
They don't want
They don't want to let you go.
No, dude. The funny part about it is that 90% of the people that are up on D Live and they hang out with each other and everything else and go to each other's streams, they're all YouTubers. All of them are. All of them. I mean, there's a couple floaters and everything else, but predominantly it's all YouTubers that went over to D Live and they hang out with each other. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
I also wanted to say something like, because it's not just, a lot of times, not just one person being the bully. It's a whole group of them. You know what I mean? Like, they've got their own little cliques. Oh, well, this guy's this way. This is this way. Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's kind of like in gangs, like here in my state in Chicago and everything. Exactly. You get them one-on-one, the dude is probably the biggest pussy in the world. But then that dude gets big balls when he's got 20 of his friends and you're by yourself and everything else. Why? Because he knows that it's 20-1, of course, But whenever it's one-on-one, half of them damn gangbangers ain't shit anyway.
Exactly. Like, when I was going to school, there was this really heavy-set girl, and her brother had a speech problem. Everybody would pick on that kid. Okay, we were in detention one time. I only had detention once in my life, and I'll never do it again. Never.
Yeah, right.
No. But anyway,
Chris puts you in detention all the time. Tell the truth. Go ahead.
The girl said something to me, and I said something snotty back to her because it really pissed me off. She knocked my books out of me, and I'm like, "Look, Jenny, I don't mess with your brother. I don't mess with you. Leave me alone. Because I didn't do anything wrong to you. You're the one who started it." And she backed off. But a lot of times, if you stand up to that person, that bully, then they'll back down. But
yeah, nine times out of 10. But if they're with their people, they'll never back down. Because they're going to be like, I got a reputation upload. I got to go ahead. And that's the same shit up on social medias. If you ever notice that, if you ever been around the streams and everything else, and you see one person say one thing, and yeah, that's right. Yeah, fuck you. And they all jump in. So then what happens is that when you're the only person in there, what happens? You just be like, you know what? I don't need this shit. I mean, some people are aggressive to where they'll just go right back at them and everything else. But then that becomes a shit fest. I mean, who in their right mind really wants to go to a live stream where everybody's just putting each other down and talking shit and trying to just bring people down? I know I don't enjoy that type of live stream. I don't. I think that's garbage. I really. Hey, Dante, how are you, buddy?
The only time me and a bunch of people do it is when we're playing against each other. We have to talk trash to each other.
Of course.
And that's all part
of the game. And I wanted to make a correction. Mama's computer, she said that it goes on and off what you're seeing. That was not anything paranormal yesterday. She tried to
That was
tell me to say that.
weird, though.
Yeah,
It's
but she
weird.
said
It
she
didn't do
said
it.
no.
It didn't
She
do
said
it
that
for minutes.
I'm just trying to tell you is that I have to correct that, and she said that's not paranormal. That has been happening. I guess I just never noticed it, but she did. She did
Neither
say
have we then.
Continuing. Sorry.
but it still freaked the shit out of me. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
hmm
That's okay, Dad. That's all
But
right.
hey, I gotta admit what facts are facts.
Yep.
You went through, you
He
asked
debunked it.
questions,
See, he debunked
and
it.
you guys debunked it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, Mama debunked it. She told me. She said, "Well, next time you go on or whatever, make sure you let them know that computer that it does that." And I'm like, "Well, I never noticed it." And she's like, "Yes, it has, babe. So you don't
Right.
need to get so nervous and everything else." Because she seen I was a little bit wigged out about it yesterday. I was like, "Well, you would too if you never paid attention to it, and then all of a sudden
Right.
it's happening."
Awesome.
Right. Well, I
Mm.
thought it was cool. I actually
Yeah.
did think my spirits were going over there messing with it, you know?
Hey, listen, spiritual realm, I don't really give a shit. That may have been something that's explainable, but other
Not
things are
everything
not.
is.
Mhm.
You debunked it, so that was
Yep.
cool. You know?
You got to the bottom of it. You talked to your wife about it, and she told you exactly what happens to it.
Yep. But like I said though, with cyberbullying, it when it gets to the point of where it transforms itself from cyberbullying out to actual bullying outside of the social medias, that's where it gets bad. Like when people start swatting people and people
Yep.
start sending like I had one time I was on a live stream, it was about a year ago. And a fucking guy turned around and sent me a fucking pizza at my house while I'm on a live stream. And he said it in the live stream. He says, "Go get your pizza." And I'm like, "What?" And then all of a sudden, doorbell rings. I go to the door. And the guy says, "You ordered, here's your pizza." And I'm like, "You motherfucker." He's like, "But the guy paid for it." That's the funny part. He actually paid for the fucking pizza that
my
was
God.
sent to me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't know which way to take that. Was that him letting me know, "Hey, I know where you live," or "Hey, here you go, have a pizza," or whatever? I don't know.
You're right.
Right. Well,
It-
Dad,
or it could mean both, or he might say he just likes you.
Yeah.
okay, you were talking about getting swatted, right? Well, me and Chris won an investigation in West Virginia. And a friend of
Oh.
ours, thinking of others, okay? He tells Chris what motel we're at, where we're parked.
He showed us
what color
pictures of
car,
our car
and I'm like,
outside the motel room.
Chris, should we be worried? And I'm like, oh, it's okay. It's only thinking.
Why don't you ever bring up PWI? Why don't you ever bring them up?
Hi, Sherry.
Why don't you ever bring them up?
I haven't seen
You
her
suck.
out.
Because you suck ass. You're a suck asser. That's why.
No, we haven't seen her in a while.
No, I'm talking about Chris's suck asser. I would never say that to my beautiful daughter. I'd say that to my brother. Mhm.
Okay, Uncle Grandpa.
Uncle Grandpa.
Suck a baby fat one, motherfucker.
Oh God.
hmm
Um.
No,
No.
my I'm sorry that I'm a little bit off today because, like I said, I'm that thing with this damn homeowners association and
Yeah.
this damn thing with D Live when I tried to go ahead and get rid of that and everything else. Now everybody's gonna sit there and think that Dad is still
Up on the thing.
gonna be doing D Live and everything because I can't fucking get it down.
Right.
Oh, it'll happen. It will happen soon.
It will, yeah, you'll figure it out. It might take a while. I mean, you know, you said Kyle was techie, right? See,
Well,
do
it's
something.
the password. It's the damn password. I've had the same password for over 3 years that I was on D Live, 3+ years. So why would the password change? It shouldn't change.
Right. It shouldn't have.
Is all your keys on your keyboard? Does it work? Right? I mean,
Yeah, all my keys work. They look like they do to me anyway.
you know what? Okay, my mother-in-law, she wanted to borrow a computer. First, she didn't know how to even log on. She's about grade. No, wait, he's 63, right?
She's 10 years older.
Yeah, she's 10 years older than you. But, man, she didn't really know anything. She's like, Chris, can you help me? And then something happened on her phone. She's like, Chris, talk to me, dear. Just what do I do? And we were trying to get her up on our live stream for Mother's Day, and she's like, it won't work. I can't do it. And Chris like, you have an Apple. I don't know shit about Apple.
Well, if she's telling Chris his shit don't work, that could be serious situation, buddy. I mean, just saying.
Oh, she's saying her shit don't work.
Oh, I thought you said Chris's shit don't work. I was like, well, I hopefully you never have to find out when it works. That's Missy's fucking job.
I'm done with using it for now. Like no more kids. No, I'm good.
Chris says it's only used for pissing nowadays. Don't worry about it.
Really?
Yeah, he
No.
went there.
I went there. It's okay. Papa's in the house. Dad, do you have Discord? If not, turn a ticket and letting them know what you are trying to do. They can delete your account for you. Yeah, Papa, I did put that in there, my brother. That's Papa, man, from D Live. What's up? What's up, baby?
Oh, hey, Papa.
Hey, Papa.
Yeah, I did put in a ticket. Let's see what works there. But like I was saying, far as like with cyberbullying and everything else,
Yeah.
the only way it can ever hurt you on cyberbullying if you acknowledge it and you start, where it starts affecting your personal life and it starts affecting just anything your general normal life, like when you're outside of social media and then you're thinking about it and everything else, then that's it can fuck with your head. Like in Dad's case, like I said, when I left D Live today and everything else, I mean, that was actually, you guys should have been there. I was actually a little bit emotional and everything else because,
I'm crying with you, Dad. So
yeah, but it was cool. It was cool. And it was funny because there was this beautiful person. Her name is Deborah. She's so nice, so nice. Now, mind you, baby Yoda Nina was up in there and everything else. And Higher Truth was up in there and other people. And it was funny because I loaded up the chest for something and I released it out. But Deborah was the only one that clicked on it. No one else clicked on it. So she won all the lemons that I distributed for that.
Oh, wow. And how many lemons was that?
Well, it's 1,300, which is it's roughly about $14-15 or whatever. But then I said, then I had to go ahead and say my goodbyes to my brother Cab 7 as far as on D Live. Cab still does things up on YouTube once he can with the legality of being able to burn wood in his area at a certain time and everything.
right.
But it was it was emotional. I mean, a lot of people don't realize is that when you've been on a platform, it would be like me saying goodbye to YouTube for a final time and I disappeared. You realize how hard that would be for Dad to leave fucking YouTube? I mean, that I'd probably cry.
Well,
I'd
Do you know how hard it would be for everyone else if you did leave YouTube?
right.
Yeah, exactly. And if I just went off the face of the earth, no live streaming, no contact, no nothing, or whatever the case may be, people would be like, wow, the man, he just disappeared and everything.
Hey, you
But
have daily dose of cheese, right? Here, I need my daily dose of Dad.
Yep.
I love you, baby girl. But
I love you too, Dad.
But at the end of the day, the way I look at this kind of stuff and everything else, see, YouTube has always been Dad's heart. I mean, that is like my enchilada. The only reason why I say that is because on D Live, okay, if you get off of it and everything else, your live streams and everything else or whatever you do only lasts for so long. Even if you're a global partner, you only have a certain amount of time that it lasts, then it disappears like you never existed. But on YouTube, no matter what happens with Dad or whatever, which by the way, I don't plan on going for a long time. Okay. But
Not allowed.
well, maybe until I'm in my 80s. I mean, as long as I got my health, why not? Why not?
Maybe so he's 110.
It's like you grow
You
up.
never know.
You grow a family, so I know
Yep.
it was probably hard for you.
Yeah. I mean, and then as I said before, when it comes to YouTube, it's just a different world to Dad. It's just like a total different world to me.
Right.
And it is basically my life. I mean, what you see is what you get. I don't need to sugarcoat shit. I can, whatever the case may be, I am what I am. Some people love me, some people can't stand my ass. Whatever.
That pair of old shoes you just can't throw out.
Mhm.
I know you've got a pair of shoes under the bed that are still talking. Okay.
They're barking. Oh, Chris,
Yeah, they are.
it's called
I mean, the whole soul is about completely off, and I looked at him like, why in the fuck is he still in here?
it's called odor fucking eaters, dude. Try them.
I've
Golly.
been working
I know.
so hard.
I know.
Hey, listen. I
Yeah,
don't give a fuck how long you've been working. Get rid of them motherfuckers. It takes 2 minutes to go underneath the goddamn bed and throw them out.
I'm surprised
Unless
the
the
bed
dog
ain't
pushed
lifting
them
up.
out,
I'm surprised the
pushed
bed ain't
them
lifting
under
up, Dad.
further.
Shit, them damn your dog's not even gonna come near them. You know it's real bad when a dog goes underneath and says, fuck that, I'm the fuck out of here.
Hey, Everett.
I ever.
Everett. All right, I know. Wait a minute. Let's get this out of the way. Watch, he's gonna say it. I'm gonna get it out of the way because he's gonna want to do it. Okay.
Go ahead and lick it away.
Use your foot stock, Dad.
Everett.
See,
Everett.
now there's a troll that likes feet, right? So there you go.
But Everett's not really a troll.
I know,
though.
but he still likes feet.
See that? There you go. He's got the tongue out there. You see that? You put the tongue. I told you. He loves the damn feet. I don't know.
And the part that the funny part is, he was trying to bully us, saying we're the ones that introduced Everett to him.
When we got him off your channel.
When we got him from him.
Now we got part of your family coming over here, so that's cool. That's really cool.
Well, Papa says going to miss you on D Live, but I'll be watching here on YouTube. I haven't been on D Live the past 2 days. I even deleted Twitter. Don't know if I'm going back or not. Well, again, Papa, it's all good, brother. I mean, I would love for Papa. I don't know if you're following him, but he got rid of Twitter, so I don't know how you can send him or whatever. Papa's a good dude. He's an older guy like us. Okay, he's old.
Older guy like us. So
Yeah, no, but Papa's a good fucking guy.
They're real old.
He's always been very respectful and kind to Dad.
Is that Papa?
Okay, I like Papa. Papa's a good fucking dude.
Is that Papa Texas, the one that likes
No, that's not Papa Texas. No, Papa Texas. Believe it or not, I actually reached out to him yesterday after we were done with our live stream and everything. He just got done having long-term COVID and everything else.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was very sick. Papa Texas was very sick and everything else. He's doing better now.
That's
He's doing
good.
much better now.
Good.
But he's still constantly, you can hear when he talks. He did a video recently and he put it up yesterday. And you could tell he's just sitting there coughing and hacking, and you could tell he's got a shortness of breath and everything else. And it's from that long-term COVID.
And you know what, that COVID, Dad, the effects are probably gonna be forever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because they just come up with the much shit on that. It's like, you guys couldn't told us in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
these shots were all supposed to be good for you and everything, and then.
But we were talking about bullying and cyberbullying.
I know. I'm sorry.
No. Don't apologize to me, baby girl. Don't apologize to me.
I do that. I go off all the time.
Me and you both do that. We get off our little rockers.
I think we got a little bit of ADHD, Dad.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, in my case, bipolar, but yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, I'm not like my son. You know, we could be talking, and the next thing you'll see like a squirrel out the corner of an eye, and he'll go, "Squirrel!" I'm like, "Oh my
And runs towards it.
Good job, Chris. Good fucking job, buddy.
I tried teaching the boy right. I don't know what happened.
Actually, believe it or not, they have mellowed out a lot since they were like younger. So, but they still like to fight with each other and play around.
Yeah, they like to bully each other for some reason. Yeah, I'm up here trying to do a stream on people being bullied,
But that's what
and my own
brothers
kids bully each other.
But that's you know what? They don't bully anybody else, just each other, really.
No, they actually whip the asses of the bullies.
Yeah.
That's called love. They love one another, so they fuck with each other.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know, like when they were little, Dad, I'm getting off track again, but when they were little, they would fight all the time. So we're like, what? You know what? Fuck it. Go in the backyard and beat the hell out of each other. We did. My youngest son stuck a fucking daffodil in my oldest kid's ear. That's their fighting.
Well, I will tell you this, that I guarantee you when they get older and older and older, I bet you they're gonna be tight as hell. They're gonna be tight as hell.
I hope so.
Because my older siblings and everything coming up, they used to fuck with me all the time. I mean, all the time. They just thought it was funny. Yeah, I'd go run to my dad, and my dad would be like, "Well, go punch him in the face." That's what my dad would tell me. Go punch him in the face, and then they'll stop messing with you. I'm like, Dad, they're like 60 pounds heavier and like 8 inches, 9 inches taller than me. I don't think I'm gonna be punching anybody. You're gonna only get my ass beat even worse. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh, I thought he was actually talking about his kids always fucking with him, playing jokes and pranks on him.
No, I'm used to that already. That after a while, it's just like, okay, what are we gonna do now? Listen, when the camera's not on, or I'm just around the house and everything else, believe it or not, I'm actually looking for the fucking camera when they start because I'm like, okay, where are you, motherfucker? I know you guys are gonna be doing something. You're gonna be doing something. But now they're getting sneaker because now they're starting to like hide the camera and just like place it, and it'll just be
messy.
And the type of camera that Kyle and the family has, it'll move with motion. That someone sometimes don't even have to hold it. They can just place it somewhere in the house where a video is going to be that they're going to plan on doing some shit, and the thing will follow. Really fucking high tech shit.
Nice.
Oh God.
So I don't even know, if it's, but it is what it is.
Okay.
And yes, and there is a difference between pranking somebody, especially if you're in the same household, than bullying somebody in the same household.
Oh yeah.
I got a story.
Because with pranking, they do tend to get over it and make up and put makeup on each other and all that wonderful stuff.
Dad, I got a story for you. Chris told a story at one time about this one kid used to put like Tabasco sauce in somebody's drink. Okay, I got up and went to the bathroom. We were at a restaurant, right? My kid took Tabasco sauce, dumped it in my drink, right? He got his Tabasco sauce privilege taken away by the waitress.
Wow. I would love for you guys to start pranking each other. That'd be so cute.
Nope, I'm not going to.
Oh, so you want me to do a video taking her out for a drive and pulling someplace, say, "Hey, we're home," and leave?
No, what I want you to do is dig in your ass, get a Stanley, get it nice on your finger, and when she's sleeping, put it underneath her nose and see her reaction. I think that would be fucking priceless. A husband and a wife fucking with each other like that, I think that would be fucking scandalous.
No.
I'm just saying.
That's okay. I'm fine.
That'd be nice. That'd be funny. Let's see.
Missy's sitting there like, Dad, don't give this fucking guy any ideas, please.
He already got on me, Dad. I don't know.
He's gonna say I'm bullying her.
Yeah. Well, you probably do.
A lot of people be like, "Leave my Missy alone."
Mm-hmm. Oh, I get it all the time. When people always say I bully mama and everything else, I'm like, really? Have you not seen when she snaps back on me? Have you not seen? That's not bullying. Okay, that's me playing with my own life at that point in time.
I'm right.
Or
I thought you
have you not seen her go off on HOA?
Oh yeah, homeowners association. Oh yeah, she. Like I said, the people in the chat or whatever have no idea. But before the live stream, Mama basically did a lunatic mom. I mean, she went. Oh, I'm waiting for her when I get off this and everything else. Trust me, she's gonna be. I'm like, holy shit! Here we go.
Well, the thing is, you can actually kind of say HOA's bullying her.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I will never live in a HOA or a gated community.
But I can understand if we were like brand new or whatever. But when you're talking 18 years in a place, you would think you'd be like, hey, leave them people alone. There's no reason for, well, you got a certain, listen, we put in the request. You approved it. We got the letter from you guys that it's approved to redo the driveway. And now all of a sudden, if you ain't got it done by this time, we're going to give you a fine, which is like $25 or whatever. But that's not the point. The point being is that we already are getting it done. I mean, there's no sense.
$25 fine, right? Over a year, how much would that be? That'd be over $3,000, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like,
But again, you know, it's people using their powers that be to go ahead and bully other people and everything else.
Yup.
right. So it's not only here on social media,
As-
but it's like the phone company, the water company. You know, anybody that's thinking that they've got like
Power.
privilege and power, and no.
But you know the thing that gets me all the time is like when you talk to somebody on, say, the phone, and you already go ahead and made arrangements or whatever, and then you get a call the next day or the day after or whatever, someone else threatening to go ahead and do something or whatever. You're like, I've already talked to them on this day. I've got it, you know, proof that I've already talked with them and it's been agreed upon. So
Right.
why are you bothering me now? I mean,
Right.
you people not communicate with each other? I mean, come on, it's a fucking business. Act like a fucking business. Jot this, make notes down. I know you guys got computers. How hard is it to put it in there and put save? How fucking hard is that to do?
Exactly.
Hmm.
We've actually had that happen to us. And I said, go back in through your notes. Oh, yeah, you're right. Now I want a fucking apology.
Hmm.
Nope, can't do that. Click. Whoops. Lost connection.
Yeah.
I love to argue with people when I know I'm in the right. Chris don't like. He walks out of the room where he don't like to be embarrassed about anything.
Well, every time he goes to the bathroom, he's embarrassed. Not my fault.
Oh my God.
God made you that way, Chris. There ain't shit I can do about that. I mean, usually big guys got like big elephant ones. You got like a little rabbit. Just saying.
No.
Oh, finally. I'm glad you backed him up on that one. Thank you.
There ain't nothing about that thing.
She says that's a fucking giraffe. What are you talking about?
Chris like, man, now my wife's embarrassing me. Are you getting red, Chris?
Nah,
Are you sure?
just shit myself.
Hello. Do you know the research of the institute called IFRS? They succeeded in proving the existence of spirits with scientific evidence and protocols. Verum, I have no idea. What is that?
What? Huh? What?
Never heard of them.
No, I'm saying it says, hello. Do you know the research of the institute called IFRS? I have no idea. In fact, let's see. Let's do IFRS. What does it stand for? In frontal rear enter scrotum. There you go.
Oh, wow.
I don't know
What the
how
fuck?
you need to see this. I have no idea. I have no idea, Mr. Burham.
You do research on it.
I don't know anything about it.
Me neither.
Who said it?
Something
just-
that was sent to Lunatic Dad.
Oh.
No, it was saying that proving the existence of spirits with scientific evidence and protocols. Well, that would be you guys. That wouldn't be me. You guys are the damn
Right.
paranormal.
So why'd you get it?
It says it on our computer.
Oh, somebody left it in the chat or something.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, finally you opened your fucking eyes.
No, it just popped up.
Then how did it pop up on mine before it pops up on yours?
Because I got mine on Melon and not YouTube.
Oh, well, I got it on
on
chat.
YouTube.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes, like I said, Verum, maybe I need to look into that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Verum. Is that who's on it?
That
Verum,
sounds very.
yeah.
Oh,
That
hi,
sounds
Verum.
very
I'm
interesting.
sorry, I didn't even say hi.
Yeah, don't worry. Missy catches on about 5 minutes later. She'll say, "Oh, how you doing?"
I'm slow.
Yeah,
We're all slow.
a person could be talking in the chat for like 20 minutes, and then 20 minutes later, Missy would be like, "Hey, welcome to the stream."
Remember, Dad, I'm blind.
Yeah,
It's on
but
you guys.
It's on
Well,
us.
well, that's damn freaking Chris's job that didn't tell you, but he doesn't pay attention to his fucking chat like I do. What the fuck, man?
He's bullying us both, Dad.
Mm,
He's not letting me know anything, and he won't read it
Damn.
before you do. So.
yeah. But like I said, when it comes to with cyberbullying and everything else, I mean, remember, you're only going to get what you give out. If you give out negative and you give out being an asshole to people, then when it comes back on you, you have nothing to say. I mean, because you're part of the damn problem that's out on social medias and everything else. You're part of the damn problem. And the only way you're going to solve any of those problems is, just stay away from the bullying. I mean, I just think that's the only possible thing that you can do.
Exactly.
There's a thing called the block button.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But then again, if you got a serious troll, I mean, a serious one or whatever, they'll just make up another account and another account and another account and another account.
Full list of people that's been blocked, and it's going to say, you have reached your excess limit of blocking people.
The thing is, like, YouTube and all of them, they don't do anything, because you know why? Drama is like big for everybody,
Yeah.
I mean, people that we never thought would have been involved in that shit are kind of involved in that shit. So it's like,
well,
then we steer clear of them.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, there's only so much that, I mean, on any platform, it's all the same.
Right.
It's really the jobs of your moderators, if you have moderators and everything else, that come to your thing, to watch it and delete it or whatever the hell they got to do. That's their job, to keep out the trash, I like to call. Take out the trash.
There's one mod, we call Mike, and well, his name is Mike. But anyway, there's one guy, he likes to eat trolls for breakfast. He's our troll slayer, our number one mod. But yeah,
and then there's her. She just slays everything.
Yeah, whatever.
Wow. She's the King Slayer, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
She slays me
Now
so well.
Bullying me. Damn it, Chris.
It's not my fault you slay me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it all depends on, what you consider slaying.
Not really. Never mind. Change subject.
She's like, nope, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there because Chris is going to go ahead and go in a bad, evil place.
He always goes to a bad, evil place, Dad.
Oh, I know.
She says I bully her like that, but I don't hear her complaining about it.
Well, listen, if you bully the VJJ, that's called bruising. And then instead of being pink, it's going to become purple. And then that's to the excess, Chris. Just thought I'd let you know. That's too, you got to let up on it, man.
Oh, my Lord.
But she enjoys it, though.
Well, I know this. But after a while, I mean, maybe she's one of them. What do they call that? People who love pain? What are they called?
Me? Oh, wait.
No, there's a special word for it, that people who love pain, that they actually get off on it.
Well, never mind.
This is straight far away from bullying.
It's not my fault. It was you guys.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, be careful who you hang out with. If you know that people that you're hanging out with are people that love to mess with other people or whatever, even though you may not be partaking in the bullying, but you're still hanging out with those type of people and everything else, you're just as at fault. You're just as at fault in my eyes. I always say an asshole is always an asshole. You can disguise it. A pig's always a pig. You can put makeup on it, nice dress on it, and everything else. At the end of the day, the motherfucker is still a pig. Period.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Like when we were on Yahoo Chat, which like
masochism.
Huh? What?
Masochism.
Would you?
Well, he asked a question. I looked it up on Google.
God.
What?
That's what they call people that love pain during intercourse.
Oh, masochism. Wow.
Masochism.
Now I forgot what I was gonna fucking say.
Yeah, see, you got Missy.
About bullying, Chris.
You got Missy all damn flustered now. That's the problem. Brother. Yeah, I know what you're doing. Damn scandalous. Scandalous.
I gotta work tonight, though. I can't get any.
Why? That's the best time, so you can go to sleep really good. Man, you get done, go take a quick nice shower, get underneath the bed, and you're out like a light with a smile.
Usually it's better when it's wake up.
Can we go back to like
Bullying?
Yeah, can we please?
Why are you bullying us?
You started it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yes,
Next-
we need to get back to the actual subject.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shall we?
Say and then it's Yahoo Chat. Okay, in Yahoo Chat that tells you how old I am, right? But anyway, this one guy, his name was Dorman. Okay, and he was like going after me. He's like, "I'm gonna kill your firstborn," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "What's wrong, Dr. Dorman? Let's be friends." You know, everybody's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, he's not a bully. He's just misunderstood, okay?
Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, sometimes people come in with I don't know if it's ever happened to you guys up on social media, but someone comes in acting like an asshole, but then when you start actually talking with them a little bit instead of just blocking them right away, all of a sudden they turn out, they're not so bad and everything. Like you can change them from coming in with that crazy ass talk into a chat or whatever, and you can actually go ahead and change them. Just saying.
They're just misunderstood.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
I get that feeling I get that all the time. I'm
like,
always misunderstood.
I'm like, guys, you got to give them a chance. You got to talk to me. You got to be nice to them. And they're like, you just need to block him. I'm like, it's hard for me to block him. I don't know how to do it. So,
yeah.
Then the Booty Crew there.
Oh, yeah, the Putty Crew. Well, you love playing with Putty Crew, so.
Yeah, until they started fucking doing message bombs to me.
Yeah. Your friends took care of that, so.
I'm like totally lost with what you're saying right now. You literally have lost me completely.
Okay, we were on Yahoo Chat, Dad, and there was a group in there called Pootie Crew, okay? And
a group of hackers.
Yeah, they like to fuck with everybody in that room. Well, who fucked with him in the end? It was Chris and his friends.
They left.
Yep, they left. They tucked their tail between their legs and ran away.
So what is why did they go ahead and why do they mess with people and everything else? I mean, what did they do? Did they just talk shit or did they really get bad?
I mean, they would
come in and bully a bunch of people.
Okay, it was a handicap room, okay?
That were disabled.
Yeah, and we had people that couldn't that stuttered when they talked or that were in a wheelchair and could just move their hands, you know what I'm saying? Like muscular dystrophy type people or whatever. And they would just bully the hell out of them. Oh, and after Chris and his friends took care of that little problem, the room was better.
Yeah.
The room was a lot better, so.
They thought they could get rid of me by doing message bombs.
But then,
which is a hacking program where it just start popping up Yahoo messages all over your screen, and you have to sit there and clear them all off.
But what was it, 2004, 2005, something like that? They got rid of Yahoo.
No, it was still up after that.
Well,
it's still
up. The disability room was gone.
Oh yeah,
disabled room. So all my friends that I talked to were gone. So.
No, they were still. They still had them.
Not the disability.
Yes.
Well, I didn't think they did.
But nobody you knew went in there.
Oh.
Oh wow. Well, I don't understand why people that do have people got disabilities, why people would even mess with them. I mean, what kind of individuals are you? I mean, what type of morals in society do you even have to treat people with disabilities so bad? I mean, that's fucked up. That is messed up. Big time.
It is. And basically, all these people were keyboard warriors living in their grandmother's basement, getting off on it.
That is fucked up. That is fucked. Hey,
usually. What now?
What happened to Froggy Love? Your Froggy.
I don't know.
She said she was going to be back.
She said she was going to be back.
You know what? Maybe she fell asleep.
She could have.
After she got back with Roy and them, she might have fell asleep.
She said she was going to be on because her kids went through it.
Yeah.
And he's has a disability.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Some disability. Yep. And it's like, isn't their life hard enough? Why do you want? I'm like, you don't even know. I mean, you don't even know. That's why one time when we were on here, I said I want to challenge people. Blindfold yourself, walk through your fucking living room, and see if you can do it without running in there.
We're still waiting for him to do the challenge. You
Yeah,
gave
the
him by
spaghetti. The
eating spaghetti
one.
being blindfolded.
Yes.
Who?
You.
I ain't eating no damn spaghetti blindfolded. What the hell do I want to do that for?
I want you to see what it's like what I got to go.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm
then
sorry. I'm
Kyle
sorry.
used to play
too.
the drums blindfolded.
I'm still waiting on that.
Believe it or not, that might not. He's very good at drumming, so he probably could do it blindfolded.
He's actually been he's been practicing when I was up in one of his live streams drumming. He said he's been practicing and he keeps missing a certain key.
But that just like pushes yourself to be better.
Right.
Things,
Right.
But
right.
When we were on our channel, I challenged people. I was like, you just walk through your living room. I'm not saying go outside because that's pretty damn dangerous, to blindfold yourself and walk down the street. That's kind of dangerous.
I've done it.
Yeah, well, you were with people too.
Yeah, that's the difference, buddy. Someone's not going to let you walk straight into a fucking car, buddy. I mean,
or in a hole, or on the railroad tracks.
Yeah, but they say people that are like with either they're deaf, blind, or whatever the case may be, their other senses are like magnified big time. Like
Right.
say if they can't see, but their hearing is exceptional and everything else.
Well, my mom wasn't even legally blind, but she ran into the couch all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Then she get mad. She's like, "You just let me go." And I'm like, "Well, why don't you going?" I guess
that's the whole reason why you have seen me doing blindfold shit on when I'm doing the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I got really keeled over it.
Why?
they
Because
thought it was stupid.
They thought it was stupid. It was retarded. It was
dangerous.
It was
but
dangerous.
But wouldn't that heighten your senses even more by not when you don't see, but everything else becomes heightened with your hearing and everything else that you may be able to catch something that if you had your eyes open, you might not be able to because the other senses are working harder.
Do the ST method where they blindfold themselves and listen
with a set of headphones on, listening to a spirit box.
Mm.
But what it made me feel when that lady told him that, I'm like, okay, so it's stupid for me to be going out ghost hunting then, right? I mean, basically that's what she's saying.
Somebody put that in and then she started backpedaling. It's like, what do you mean? She's legally blind.
Now, what are the limitations, what they would say that is considered legally blind? Because I know a lot of people that are blind, I mean, but not 100%.
Well, I've got at last check it was like what
negative 2,500.
Oh, 27 wasn't it?
Okay, 27. That's what it was.
Negative 27, yeah. 100.
And basically, all she can see is like a pinhole.
Yep.
And shadows.
Now, do they have any type of remedies or anything that can, maybe get it better, like through surgery or anything?
At one time when I was young, they told me there was a surgery, but I would have been a vegetable.
Hey, Froggy.
Hey, Froggy.
Hey, you can come back up.
But I would have been a vegetable.
Ribbit. It's ribbit.
And I haven't.
It's still the same link I gave you in Facebook. Sorry.
I haven't checked recently, because I would love to be able to see, but I'm also scared at the same time because I like my life, and what would happen if something really, really, really bad went wrong, So, kind of.
No, the only reason why I ask you is that if there was anything that can actually improve the vision, or is yours to the point to where no matter what surgery they do or whatever, nothing would get better.
Something to change it. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I was 14 when I found out that there was a surgery. I was like, nah, my life's good.
Basically, with her, it was her optical nerve that was crushed, so there's nothing wrong with her eyes at all.
Exactly.
Mm, mm.
And with her optical nerve being crushed, that's where everything declined. And they said they could fix it, but she won't be able to do anything else. She'd be a complete vegetable. And she'd rather have mobility than being vegetable.
If that would
Well,
ever,
yeah.
if that would ever happen, you might as well like kill me in my sleep or something because
I'll smother you with my nutsack.
Chris, damn it!
Hit him.
Froggy.
Hit him.
Beat him.
You might
See,
enjoy
she's
it.
so
Froggy.
I don't see Froggy.
Detect that. And yeah, my
Oh,
camera's
it's just a black
messed
screen.
up.
Hello, baby girl. Long time no see, no hear, darling. We were just having I got it. Can you believe I actually go on camera with fucking Chris? This is bad. I mean, he's going to give me a bad reputation. I swear
No,
to
I
God.
won't.
He
Yeah,
will.
you will. I know he will. I know.
She's
I know.
embarrassed to be up here. That's why
She enjoys being up here with me, just like Lunatic Dad enjoys being up here. He always gets a rise out of it.
I wouldn't
Let's-
say that too much there.
You
That's
you
a big head there, Chris.
I agree, Froggy. He's got a big head. From what Missy tells me, it's very big, and I'm like, wow, that's a little bit too much information for me at this point in time.
Right? I prefer to keep my food down.
Dad,
You're right.
You're the one who started it.
Okay, Froggy,
Yes, sir.
we are talking about bullying, or trying to keep on the subject about bullying.
Bullying is the reason I'm so hard on myself. Because from like the time of like 4 years old till yesterday afternoon, I'd get bullied. Because I wasn't pretty enough. Because I wasn't active enough. Because I didn't look like all the other girls. Because I talk inappropriately.
Hmm. And can I?
got reference to
No, I was going to ask her. And to this date, you still experience bullying. Am I correct?
Yes. Constantly. I get told I'm ugly. I should be put down and out of my misery so that way my kids have a better life.
You do realize people who are saying that that's not bullying. That is their fucking damn demented minds and their inability to go ahead and feel secure within themselves. So they lash out at other people because they're trying to hide their own personal indeficiencies and they're trying to
I
purposely
know
find something
that.
out.
They like putting other people down because they're itty bitty inside and they hate themselves.
Well, no.
And they got a small package.
But Tanya.
Wait, let me see. No, I'm okay still. I'm okay.
Tanya, what about the Jordan? What are some of the shit he's been through?
Jordan, my poor kid, he has schizophrenia, he has ADHD, he has bipolar, he has aggressive behavior disorders, ODD. I mean, the list is like a mile and a half long, and because he's hyper, he gets told to shut up constantly because he doesn't have a filter. He'll tell you what's on his mind. He literally gets hit and kicked and called that stupid R word I hate constantly. And it's like, why is the school not doing something about it? Well, finally, I got the police involved and had 2 people arrested this year on assault charges. One
And
is still in juvie.
He is a very, very good kid.
Yes.
I mean, he might do things that get on your nerves or whatever, but he's actually a good kid. And he listens better than what our kid does.
He does, but he's an average kid. He'll tell me, "Hey, I did the things that you told me to do." When in reality, he didn't. He never did them.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I can look at him and just be like, buddy, I got a
Hello, Joan.
migraine. You
I
need to go to
come.
bed tonight. And he will go lay down, and I will not hear a damn peep out of him until it is time to wake him up in the morning.
Right.
Mm. So would you say that he may not have no filter, but would you say he's an introvert or an extrovert?
He's an extrovert. He
Which is
loves people. He loves school. He loves learning.
yeah.
Even throughout all of this bullying, never once has he said, I don't want to go to school.
Mm. So he's strong willed to be able to pursue and get through all that bullshit.
Oh, God, yes.
Yep.
Mm.
He's a smart kid
But
too. You know.
now the thing is, you can't just stop the bullying with just on the kid level in school.
Oh,
Right.
God,
The
no.
teachers
You
do it
got
too,
your
you know.
teachers, your principals,
Yeah.
you got all of them doing it
Oh, yeah.
as well.
Anybody that feels like they're in power, you know.
My principal straight up told me when I was in seventh grade, maybe if I stopped dressing like a whore. Now, remind you, I always wear long sleeves and I wear long pants. Maybe if I stopped dressing and acting like a whore, I wouldn't be bullied. I looked at him and told him, you and the school can go burn in hell. And he called the police on me and had me arrested.
Really, but yet he's the one that made those type of descriptions and comments to you.
Yep, it was my
Wow.
fault. I was being bullied and harassed my whole entire school year.
So what? Okay, but what I'm saying is, if you had all documentation and everything else, couldn't you go after the school because they've done nothing to go ahead and stop this from happening to you when you're there for a curriculum to learn education?
My parents didn't care.
I'm so sad, honey. I'm
My
sorry to hear that.
mom was not there for me, literally never stopped it. And actually, my dad actually had to pay the school $100 a week just so I could go for 2 hours a day being brought to school by a police officer and dropped off at home by a police officer in
Really,
handcuffs.
really.
Yep. I was
Holy
not allowed
shit!
in the school without a police officer because I told them they could burn in hell.
Wow. And I think the school overreached their bounds. First off, I
Right.
mean,
You
I
got.
Yeah.
mean, I mean, you think about it. How many of the kids nowadays and everything else? Holy shit! I
Oh,
mean,
I've literally walked into my kids' school and they all know me. They all know that I'm crazy. And I look at them and tell them, you got 24 hours to figure out what the hell is going on. You got enough cameras to figure it out. I should not have to do your investigation work for you. All I have to tell you is that there is something going on with my kid and I want it found out now. And within 24 hours, I'll have results because I've threatened to. I've literally brought a lawyer to that school and just went ham on them.
hmm.
And now
Well,
she hangs out with people like me, my son, and a couple other people.
well, no,
Mm.
that's good for you. I mean, because the way it is, the way I look at it is law enforcement or whatever the case may be. A lot of times, if you ain't got a lot of money or you're not like well known, like we were talking about the celebrities and everything else, just a common person, a mom going through some stuff or whatever, they just kind of like overlook it. Like they don't, really take it,
Oh no, the police know me very well around here too.
hmm hmm
The truant officer that walks the schools, my son's school, literally walks up to me and my son's birthday was in January, and one of his friends brought him one of those belt buckles with a knife in it. He literally just handed me the knife. He's like, "Here you go. Here's your son's knife for his belt buckle." I'm like, "A, he don't have a belt buckle," and then he had to explain that it was a gift. But they all know me and they all know my son because when one of the police officers told me, "Oh, your son's just out having a good time. He'll be home later." I go, "My son is barefoot in 30-degree weather running through snow. He
Sounds like
is
Odie.
schizophrenic. He don't know what he's doing." And they're
hmm
like, "Oh no, 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 he'll be fine." I got my son's social worker involved, and within not even 12 minutes. I had 38 people driving the roads looking for my son, and the police were just going around my uh thing, and my son was 12 miles away,
Wow.
running down the street just screaming his head off. And I walked in when he got returned, not by the police, but by one of his teachers who found him running. He was cold, his feet had mild frostbite, and he didn't know where he was.
Wow.
Oh wow, wow.
And I
Now,
said, "Yeah, this is a child that just ran away, huh? This is what you're telling me? Next time I call and say, hey, my kid fucking ran away, do your fucking job and be a police officer."
Well,
And ever since then,
don't they have to wait by law? Don't they have to wait by law? It's
not one,
24 hours.
nope, not when it is a child and they have a medical condition.
Oh, okay, okay.
If
I
they
didn't,
are
I
a
didn't know that.
child and have a medical condition and a social worker, they can have police out there within minutes searching.
That I didn't know. That's good to know, though.
this is something that I would like to touch on, in a
I
later
froze.
time first.
What
Like,
disabilities?
no, not disability. Well, not only disabilities, but I'm saying the bullying that makes kids just well, fuck it, nobody cares what I do. I'm just gonna go off and I'm gonna try to burn down the school, or I'm gonna shoot up the school, or people that have fucking just
Well,
having
the adults do that too. I mean, you see all these mass shootings and everything else. I guarantee you, at some point in time in their previous when they were coming up younger or whatever the case would be,
Or
signs.
right.
Well, a lot of parents just decide that they're going to go ahead and not do anything about it, or they ignore the signs, and then what you end up having is these type of mass shootings. There's something in the background that is like really striking out there, but it's parents not willing to also realize, hey, my kid's in trouble here, needs help, and everything else. And
Well,
the good parents, like with Froggy, will be by the child's side and everything. But there's just way too many parents that they think of it as an inconvenience. Wow, no, there's nothing wrong. They're just going through teenagehood. They're just going through adolescence and everything. It'll get better. Sometimes, if it's severe enough, you need to pay attention as a parent and get your child help if you're worth anything grain of salt of being a good parent.
I'll
yeah.
tell you how well my child is behaved, even though he has schizophrenia. When we went out to eat at the Pizza Ridge, which is a restaurant near me, not only did my child politely tell another customer that he was on the wrong side of the counter. He's like, "Hey, sir, I don't mean to bother you. You're on the wrong side of the counter. That's for like them to put the pizzas in there." And this customer was just cussing out my son. And my son said, "Look, I said I didn't mean to bother you, but you're on the wrong side of the counter." And the manager came out because they heard him cuss at my kid. And my kid goes, "It's okay. Everybody has their angry days. He's just angry today." And the manager goes, "Oh, I appreciate that." And he ended up getting a
I'll be
free
right back. Hold
meal.
on.
Okay.
And then
Happen.
not even like 2 days later, we got another free meal because of how polite he was at the same restaurant.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Cool. Well, that's nice.
And what it is nobody sees kids with manners these days.
Right. Exactly.
I can go into Dollar General. Your kids are so behaved.
And we're like,
They're awesome.
you don't live with them. Yeah.
I said,
Well,
wait, who are you talking to? Me or those guys back over there? I'm talking to you. You're not talking about my kids. Yeah, I am.
but see, that's the difference. As parents, we see what they do wrong, but as I was taught, kids who have like ADHD and all of that and any form of mental illness, they will
Hide it.
hide away in themselves so they're,
Yeah.
they're bottling up all of this energy.
You
And
know,
instead of letting them come home and stem out, a lot of parents are like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, instead of just letting them have that small time of just calming down.
Come here, baby girl.
now what saved Austin from the bullying and stuff was his instrument, his saxophone.
Yep.
That if anybody has a kid that is going through shit, get them involved in, you know,
Sports.
sports or instruments or like band or whatever, because that really helped him a lot.
Well, see, my son does get bullied because a lot of the bigger people on this football team was in the back of the bus vaping um, weed. They were vaping weed, and my son's like, yeah, no, I have enough prescriptions at home. I don't need your drugs." He goes, "The last time I even touched a CBD gummy, I slept for 12 hours."
See, I gave one of those to Cody one time because he'd already been up for 2 days. He was up for 3 more. I was like, oh hell no, never again.
See, I had CBD gummies for my pain, and I had them in my drawer. Well, he ended up eating all but like 5 of them.
I remember that story.
This kid literally slept for 2 fucking weeks. There
Wow.
was no waking him up. And then I took him to the doctors and everything else, and they ran tests, and he came up negative on everything. So I wasn't thinking, hey, honey, we're giving CBD gummies.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shorty fucking slept for 2 weeks.
Shit.
I'm like, okay, I'll go to sleep with you, bud.
She's on about her kid accidentally eating like 15 CBD gummies
Holy shit.
And he
and
just
slept for 2
slept
weeks.
for 2 weeks.
Oh my lord. Wow. That's a little excessive.
Yeah, luckily they had 0 THC, but
Mm.
at the end of the day, it still had the stuff that made you tired and not feel much
Froggy's
pain.
on.
You Foggy? Hey.
Saphira.
There's one. Take that.
Yeah. See?
Right up there on
Say
the
hi.
screen.
Well, say hi. Say hi. Don't look at me.
But
Dad woke me up.
what?
I bullied her to get up.
But no, actually, with the situation you know about, I'm not going to say no names, but because between me, Abraxas, Crimson Ghost, Waldo, Mike's Ghost,
Shadows, yeah.
we all joke around and we can get perverted.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm talking, I can make Cody gag, okay? And I got told I was a whore and all I do is lay on my back for money. Well, if that's the case, first of all, I'm failing because homie hasn't had sex in God knows how long. Second of all, I'm poor as hell. So therefore, those two do not
Add up.
coincide with each other.
Hey, Crimson Ghost says, mind if I come on a breakfast? You
No.
read your fucking chat.
Crimson.
Hey, Crimson.
You don't know
I
how
don't-
to do that.
I don't mind.
No, I'm just letting you know. Evidently, I'm seeing it, and you don't pay attention to your fucking chat.
I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Oh yeah. Listen,
Actually, you got them on
Messenger. Something.
Yes,
Facebook
I
Messenger,
do.
right? Go ahead and send them the link.
What the fuck, man? You're disorganized as fuck, Chris. I swear.
He
Man,
has
oh man.
ADHD and he can't keep track of anything.
No,
No,
this I know. This I know.
I do.
we were talking about that with the chat and everything, right?
Yeah, but I was
That ain't
catching
the
a
one
little
I
bit of
wanted.
what Froggy was saying and everything else. It's a crying shame that people that are in charge of taking care of your children and watching over them and everything else just have a total just neglect of the children. It is their
Yep.
responsibility in the schools, regardless if the child has issues and everything else. Well, then make sure that they're in a setting that they can be taken care of and everything else. A lot of times, don't forget, the federal government has cut so much, and this goes back to Trump on forward, that they cut so much for the ADHD kids and everything else. I remember when my kids were, because almost all of them have ADHD, almost all eight of them. And in the schools, they had to go to some special classes and everything else because when they were in a big setting with a bunch of kids and everything, they could not concentrate and they would be poorly in school. But then they went ahead and broke them down to like a category of 5, 6 people in a smaller setting. They did exceptional because that's what the schools did back then. Now they just try to lump all the kids into one and say you all should be fucking holy angels and everything else. Well, that's not the way society is now. Society now is fucking chaotic. I mean, I don't care if the fuck what anybody says. People just don't want to have to deal with the ones that have some mental issues and things they're going through. Society don't want to deal with that. That's too difficult. They only want to deal with the ones that are there's nothing wrong and everything's all kumbaya fucking yeah. And
Well,
that's shame on the school system.
not only that, let me tell you, there is a lot of people who um instead of actually parenting their child, they just give in because it's easier to give into the child than it is to actually parent that child.
We're guilty.
Instead of being like, this is the consequence for this action, they're just like, oh yeah, don't do that again. Well, that
Right.
doesn't teach them a consequence for the action. It doesn't explain it.
Right.
And that's where we have failed. Because when I was raising, yeah, we got spanked, but at the same point in time, my dad would be like, "You want to fake being sick, you're gonna be in trouble." Well, found out I wasn't fake being sick. I was allergic to chicken and having an allergic reaction. But
Mhm.
because my sister was faking, he automatically assumed I was faking. But then
Mhm.
he had to take me to the ER. When they took me to the doctor, they're like, "Oh yeah, she has strep throat. Her tonsils are really red."
Mhm. Mhm.
And so my dad's like, "Okay, well, I can't punish you, Tanya, but I can punish your sister." And that's the thing. Instead of being like, this is wrong, this is your consequence, how are you going to fix it
Right.
so you don't do it again? It's don't do that again.
Right. Right. But again, sometimes, like me having 8 kids, okay, they all got their own unique ways that they do things. Like there's certain ones of my kids that are very outgoing and I can be aggressive in my teachings or what I expect from them and everything else. But then there are other kids of mine that are very introverted. Believe it or not, I have kids that are introverted and everything else. That if I talk to them or deal with them the same way I do the others, I'm going to lose them because they're just going to just go ahead and shut down and they're not going to go ahead and open up to me about anything. So there's always that fine line that I have to draw between having 8 kids because they're all not the same. Yes, they all of them have ADHD.
Which then at the end of the day, you hear, well, you treated me this way and you didn't treat this child this way. Well, I had to treat you a certain way because you're different than your siblings. And I hear it all the time, especially with my daughter. It's, well, you treat Jordan better than you treated me. Well, learning and growing as a parent, you were the first child. I didn't know how to be a parent, I was still a kid myself. But as I've grown up, I've also grown and matured. I've done research, I've gone to parenting classes and everything else to help me become a better parent. Your brother is this way, he learns a certain way. You learn a different way. So, therefore, I have to treat you both separately, different.
Hmm. Hmm. I agree. I agree.
And
And
right now, my son is just pissing my daughter off, and my daughter is pissing my son off. And it's like, this is enough. We're not going to have a war. First and foremost, this is my son's house, always and
Mhm.
forever. Wherever I am, my son will be until he is mature enough to have a job, because I say it that way because of his disabilities. My
Mhm.
daughter don't have mental disabilities. My daughter scored really high on the IQ test. Therefore, she should be able to learn and grow and be a responsible adult. She's 23. She should be a responsible adult.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
My son is 15
Hmm.
with all of these disorders. So I can't harp on him. I can't scream at him because all he does is shut down. I have to break it down, talk to him, get to the bottom of it. And even my fiance, he's learned that you have to break it down for him in order for uh him to understand that how things are. And when I say fiance, it's just a term we use. It,
But
it's complicated, but whatever.
but you don't want to lose the child. Is basically what you're getting at. Is that you don't want to get to the point to where if you're just pounding on him and everything else, knowing that he's going to react a certain way and everything else. A good parent, in my eyes, is recognizing differences between their children and being able to adapt accordingly according to each child. Not every child is going to react the same way in which you talk to them or deal with them. And I think,
Exactly.
and from just listening to you and everything else, you're doing right. You're doing right.
Well, when you were leaving, I finished the story explaining how my kid got 2 free meals at Pizza Ranch, all because he was polite. He used his manners, and whenever we go someplace, he is normally polite and uses his manners. Now we are adjusting because they took him off of a bunch of meds and only gave him 2 meds, and it just seems like it's not working the best. Like his behaviors have increased tenfold.
Now, are both of the medications used for the same thing, and they may not be interacting well with each other?
No, one's for ADHD, one's for bipolar, one's for schizophrenia,
Okay.
one's
Okay.
for sleeping, which he's been sleeping fine. That ain't the issue. The issue is his behaviors
Hmm.
towards everything. Like he has anxiety and everything else. And we realized that he has anxiety when he was, especially if he has to go up in front of a crowd, because he was doing a concert. He was in band and he was doing a concert. And by the time he got out of that concert, he was as white as that towel behind you.
Oh wow. Wow.
He lost all like pigment in his face because of the anxiety.
Wow. Wow. It's that severe, huh?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Wow. That
it's performance anxiety.
Lady A, the voice of the spirit say, "You are my door." I don't know what that means, but okay. What is Chris doing? Just walking away? What gives him the right to walk away?
I'm out here.
I had to go get. I
Sit
had
your
to
ass
get
down.
Missy a shirt. I went to see where the other co-hosts went that didn't want to talk.
Wow, yeah, go ahead and fall down. That would have been great. I wish I had pressed the record button. You go to sit down and fall on your ass.
Right.
You can clip it later.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
where's Crimson Ghost at?
He
I don't
says
know.
he's joining. It just brought me to his studio, not the love stream.
Yeah, he's gonna have to create an account through it,
Basically, just fucking literally.
and it takes
Yeah.
about a couple minutes.
Takes a couple minutes, set up like your name and shit.
Yeah, mine was really easy. Mine was really easy when Chris got me on this live streaming platform. It's actually pretty cool. But at the end of the day, hon, you know, when you're dealing with children that have many special needs that are going through and everything else, you know, that's got to be very hard as a parent to be able to, know, like, I mean, you as a mom, you already know, you got the signs of when maybe a meltdown might be coming, or something where they're like frustrated, like they can't get through it and everything else. I give you a shout out for that. I mean, because you're staying right by your son's side and everything. And someday it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off. That is no doubt. That is no doubt in my mind. But what's Missy doing over there? Nothing.
She's going through the clothes bag.
She's going through the back door. What?
The clothes bag.
Oh, I thought you said she's going through the back door. I'm like, okay. I didn't. I thought you were joking that you had strap-ons and stuff, but I guess you were serious. Oh,
But wait. Whose back door is she going through?
I,
That's
I'm leaving that one alone. I'm leaving that one alone, Froggy. I'm sorry. I can't. I
She's
cannot
going
get
to
into
this
that.
one's back door.
oh damn, we got a sandwich going on.
Well, there are three of them in that house right now.
Fucking ass, no.
Oh wow, wow, boy! How soon this damn live stream just automatically turns into total left.
Good.
But that's also partially my fault, because literally I am one of those people that I could be in the middle of a conversation and it will go left.
Then back to right. Then back
And-
down the middle.
I'll be
Then
talking to my mom and I'll have 6 conversations with her, and she has to keep going back up and checking about what I'm talking about at that point in time.
Yeah,
Because I can have 6 conversations at one time and not lose place, but only like certain ADHD people who can keep up with that. The ones that squirrel and get
Yeah,
onto a new
that's
subject and then bounce back to the old subject. And
Well, Chris's brother was got mad because he'd be talking about one thing and all of a sudden he'd say something else, and he's like, "What the fuck you talking about?"
yep.
mhm. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hold on,
Not
I
fun
gotta
to
be
hear.
we hear you, Harley.
We
Loud and clear, buddy. Loud and clear.
understand, baby girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
my
named the
God.
dog after Harley Quinn. Or Harlette Quinzel.
Hi, baby girl.
Wait for Ghost to come in.
Is he? Are you?
So you're just gonna shut the fuck up and wait for him to come on, or are you gonna actually be the host and talk about something that we want to talk about?
Well, what I
Wow.
want to talk about, we've been trying to talk about bullying,
But that kind of.
but it keeps getting taken to the left and the right.
Well, hey,
Hey,
listen,
a
we're
lot of people
independent.
that are bullied are either going to have 2 sorts of temperaments. Either people that are bullied are going to have 2 forms of like behaviors. One, they're going to be like quiet, suicidal type, or they're going to be the whole opposite extreme, where they're literally very out there and sexual.
Oh,
Why are
really?
you talking about me like that?
We're not
It's,
talking about you, Chris.
we're not talking about you, but if the shoe fits, lace the bitch up.
No, I would have to bend over to do that.
But
I got a Haley on that one. That one was fucking iconic.
but seriously, a lot of people that oh my dog, she's part husky. You can hear it in her. But
Severe heard the whine in her ears went whoop.
but no, a lot of people that are bullied are gonna have those two personalities. One or two reasons. The sexual talk is more of a way to express themselves without being, yeah, they're gonna get ridiculed, but they're gonna be like, whatever, it's just sex, right? But the shy, quiet ones, they're gonna be like, well, sorry to say, but most of the people that go shoot up a school.
Right,
Mm.
exactly.
Because they don't have an outlet for it. They don't know how to cope, and they don't know how to turn it back around on somebody else.
I'm telling you, if anybody
I tried giving people outlets because one of the people that I have had in my streams before, Susie Owens. I don't know if you've seen her up in my streams or not. I know a lot of you guys have. And I gave her an outlet to talk. And it took her a few months before she decided to say fuck it and dial the phone.
Mm.
And her mom said that's probably one of the nights she had to work late.
Well, see, and that's the thing. Like, literally, you can ask any one of my friends. They will, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. They're hitting me up. They're having a bad time. I'm up and out talking to them. Talking them through it. You know, if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm doing the same thing. It doesn't matter what time it is. You hit me up, you tell me, hey, I'm having a hard time. I'm right there.
Yep.
You're a true friend.
Yep. She is.
But there was a guy a long time ago, about 8 years ago, and he didn't know how to cope with the fact that he was losing his wife, his house, his kids, all of it. And I talked to him every day, 17 hours a day. I talked to this guy for 5 months. He'd call me up all the time because he was having such a hard time. And one day, it was around Christmas time, he goes, since you did so much for me, I want to do something for you. I go, pass it on. Be there for somebody else. He goes, no, no, no. He bought my son a Tony Hawk bike.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I wasn't going to argue because
If he's
what's the
anything like
sense in arguing? But it took a lot to get my address out of him. But no, literally, I don't expect nothing when I sit there and talk to my friends and talk, if they're on the edge, I'm going to sit there and fight for them to get off that edge. I'm going to give them every reason to get off that edge.
And
there's
for doing it.
There's actually a song out there, and in the beginning of the song, it literally states that I would write paragraphs to keep you off the edge, but I would never expect the same from you.
Mm. Mm.
And
Very prophetic words.
it is, because a true friend will keep you off that edge. They will talk you down. They will call you night and day. They will be like, are you okay?
Come on.
What's going on? Chris is there for Amy, and that's why she looked at him. And it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. You gotta be able to have that one friend that you're talking to.
Yep, we used to tell people, you have our email, it's abraxas at gmail.com. Anybody needs to talk, you just up them that, and we'll figure out another way to be able to talk to you. We're not afraid.
Exactly. And a lot of the reasons why the silent people who get bullied are silent is because they don't have that outlet. And a lot of times it's because they're not only getting bullied at school and by other people, they're also getting bullied at home.
Right. Exactly.
True.
Yeah, I missed
True.
So they have no outlet for it. And I've always been that outlet where like they have no outlet with it. People aren't understanding them. And I'm just like, homie, I understand. Come to me. Talk to me. What's going on? And I think if a lot of us would stop judging people by the color of their hair, by the color of their skin,
Here, what the? I ain't got none. So you
by,
can't judge me.
by the clothes they wear, and just honestly got to know them,
That's true.
a lot of people would not be in the situations that they are. Because let me tell you, back in 1984, when I was born, if somebody was bullying, there was a little girl that used to come to my house and bully me. She would push me off my jungle gym and just be an asshole to me. Well, one day I got sick and tired of it and pushed her off the top of the jungle gym. She went home and cried to her dad. My dad asked me what the hell happened. It's my jungle gym, my responsibility. Somebody got hurt. I said, look, I don't mind being nice to somebody when they're bullying me, but for the amount of times I've come in here and cried because they've hurt me, they've pushed me down, they've done all these bad things to me. The one time I defend myself, I'm getting blamed. No. My dad went over there and was like, no, you need to deal with your daughter. I've dealt with my daughter. Now it's time for you to deal with your daughter.
Mm.
And she was grounded for like 3 months, but like my dad said, bullying is not tolerated no matter what. And that is the true definition of defending somebody when they are being bullied.
Right.
Stopping it in the process and standing up for it. What the schools consider no bullying policy is as long as you're not a snitch, they don't bat an eye.
Right.
Because there was one day a kid goes, "Yeah, meet me in the bathroom and I'll whoop your fucking ass," to my son. And my son's like, "All right, homie, you got one shot. After that, I'm taking mine."
Mm.
He came charging at my son. Well, my son was smart enough and moved out of the way, and he hit his head against the cement, and he went down. But my son's like, "I'm not gonna fight you because you want to be a dickhead.
Right.
Mm.
You want to keep swinging at me, you get one shot. But I'm gonna move out of the way, and then I'm gonna whip your ass." So
Yeah.
they then decided that it was best if they just walked up behind my son and cold cock him against the temple.
Or 12.
Well, stupid them, they're all on securities
Uh,
cameras, and then the kid's like, "Yeah, I did it. What you gonna do about it?" And he got put in juvie for 6 months because I told him if they didn't deal with it, I was gonna file charges against all of them for neglect.
Yeah. And that's how a lot of things happen. Like when you're talking about that, I guarantee you, every person that has done like all these school shootings and all this other stuff, that if you look into their past at some point in time, I guarantee you there is
Exactly.
a lot of issues dealing with exactly that they've been either ignored by society to where people just totally ignored that there is an issue and they need special care, or special attention to, that a lot of people go ahead and just, like I said, society does not want to deal with the hard problems. People
Nope.
don't want to deal with it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to reach their hand out to say a family that's hurting, that may be going through something or whatever the case may be. People just want it the easy way. And life isn't fucking easy all the time,
Well,
Yep.
exactly.
Right.
I know 3 families that, well, 3 of my friends that are going through a hard time right now. And let me tell you, every time I get an extra dollar to my name, it's going to them.
Yep.
Do I ask for it back? No. Do I care? No.
Right.
It's money. I'm not going to be able to bring it to me with me on my deathbed.
Right.
Boy, you so much like me. Jesus Christ. You're
But
20
at,
years younger than me, but you're exactly like me. Go
but
ahead.
at the end of the day, I know that money's helping them.
Pretty bad I have to raise my hand to talk.
They're not paying attention.
We're not paying attention to you.
Okay.
You're not being hostess.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay.
We're not.
Here's where I have a problem with that. Okay. Yes, it's a great thing that she does that. But somebody needs to learn to accept it as well.
Right.
No.
Time.
Yes.
You
Nope.
want to bet?
Yes.
No, Chris don't.
Because that.
You already know I don't take no for an
You
answer.
know.
Hold up. Let me explain this. And I will explain this in the best fucking way possible. Okay? I will constantly give. But at the end of the day, I know my true friends will be there and they know what I'm suffering. And they will be there to help me.
Exactly.
I'm not going to go beg
Nobody said you had to beg.
or ask somebody for help.
Right.
Okay.
Chris,
Hang on.
understand what
Hang on.
I wanted you to think in.
Let me go ahead. Say
Alright. Now, thinking, if I'm your door, you better open that bitch up and come on in.
Exactly.
Anyways, here's the situation, okay? I donated to one of the streamers through his PayPal. Find it in, no problem. I donated to some other little
Quick.
pain in the butt, which is actually in the stream. And she
What up,
said, I'm
Jordy?
going to send it back.
And then
I said, it's going to be bouncing back and forth in limbo until you accept the son of a bitch.
Well, see,
If
and that's
not, I'm going to drive up there to where you're at, pull your pants down, and put my foot straight up your ass.
Whoa. Damn.
Well, see, and I can explain that on my personal behalf. I was raised, you don't ask for money.
Right.
Literally, my dad died owing me thousands of dollars. And anytime I asked him for some of the money he owed me, he literally told my ass to go get a job. I wouldn't be broke if I had a job. I wouldn't be broke if I wasn't giving my brother $500 a week. I wouldn't be broke if I wasn't giving my dad thousands of dollars. I wouldn't be broke if I wasn't paying for all the crap of my kids. I wouldn't be broke if I didn't have a shopping habit. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't be broke if the people that were borrowing money from me paid me back that money. And there's a difference between gifting and borrowing.
Oh, man. You are 100% right, darling. 100% right. Oh, my Lord.
And she still threw a fit.
Chris, shut up and let Froggy talk. We don't want to hear you bitching and moaning. If you did something nice, shut the hell up and know your role. Go ahead, Froggy.
And then when it was her birthday, I sent her money and she threw a fit about that.
That's because I'm not used to it.
Right.
I don't care if you use it or not. You know who I am. So hi.
I know how you are. People who have a hard time receiving gifts or help are normally the ones that have been criticized for asking for help.
Well, you know,
And I can contest you did not ask for any of it.
I know.
there's the thing.
I have asked Waldo and Mike Shadow Ghost for help, and within a week, they had that money right back in their PayPal account or
Right.
whatever account they sent it to.
And I still have to send you back your $5 because I don't collect interest.
Oh yeah, that's my thing. I will send interest on top of that shit because my grandma taught me if you're gonna borrow money, you're gonna pay interest on top of it.
Hi Maggie, I love you, honey. You
The
heard what I
reason-
was thinking.
The reason why is because if you go to a bank and you take out a loan, whether it be $10 or $10,000, you take out a loan, you're going to have to pay interest on that. It was a way that my grandma could get me introduced into being an adult,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
even though I was already an adult. And I never realized that until later on later on when she was getting older. But no, my grandma was always the one. You pay your debts. You put the interest on it.
Maggie heard what I said, right?
And at the end of the day, before she passed away, I paid her off. Every cent I owed her, I paid her off. Why? Because it was my responsibility as a grandchild of hers, to make sure that she was paid off. And it wasn't until I actually sat down and talked to my grandmother, I finally realized why she did it.
But the thing is, Froggy, you got to realize I don't have Abraxas funds and trust on my apartment. I'm not no goddamn bank. I don't need no goddamn motherfucking interest. And I'm going to put my foot up your ass for that.
This is the most I've ever seen fucking Chris ever get excited, even more than sex. Holy shit, dude. My Lord.
But at the end of the day, you were able to take that $5 that I gave you and give it to somebody else who would needed it. Did you or did you not?
Okay.
No.
I have a question.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
I have
You
something
gave
to say.
it to Joker.
I have something to say.
Yes.
There are people out there that are nothing but scams, though, Tanya.
There
Now,
are, and that's why it takes a lot for me to be able to send
Right.
money.
But see, with you, we know, you needed it at that time, right? And you did pay back the money, right? We know
Always.
that.
On
So,
time.
And
But
she
I'm
still needs a
talking-
ass kicking for
I'm
the
talking
interest.
about people that set up these like GoFundMe and they're scams.
Well, okay, there are actual people out there that do need the help, that do set up a GoFundMe,
Right.
Yes.
that are legitimate, that do need the help.
Right.
But then there are a lot of people that decide, oh, I don't want to work. I'd rather just go drive around. I'm going to act like I'm homeless.
Now,
I mean, it's
now
all
with
over
that,
throughout the streets, too.
but now with retrospect to that, everybody knows over the years, Dad has done many, 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 many,
Right.
many fundraisers, okay, and
Right.
everything else. And I got to put my ass by a lot of fucking people. I'm not gonna give names or anything, but I got it. There was no appreciation down the line. They end up turning on me and everything else. But that's here nor there. The point I'm trying to make is that to me, if in order for when someone does something out of the goodness of their heart, I have noticed this all the time. Like when I stopped doing fundraisers for anybody or whatever the case would be, because it got to the point to where people would be like, well, Dad, they didn't even need that. They're out there spending this and everything else. But I tell people, look, my intention was not that as the person who was trying to do a fundraiser for a person. That I had no idea. So don't crucify me because I tried to do something nice out of my own heart to try to go ahead and do for someone that I felt at the time needed help. There's nothing wrong with needing help. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And I always say, if you're going to help somebody, don't ever throw it back in their face, and don't ever go ahead and think like they owe you something or whatever. No, if you're gonna do it, and if it's coming from a pure place, then do it. If not, and you got other
Right.
alternative motives, then don't fucking do it.
Well, exactly. And there's a difference between helping and borrowing.
Correct.
And that is the big thing. A lot of people say, "Hey, can I borrow $20 until Friday?" And then on Friday they're like, "Yeah, no, I ain't got that $20."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
then say Wednesday they're like, "Hey, can I borrow $20 until Friday so I can get to work?" Well, you still owe me $20.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of saying, "Hey, I'm out of gas.
I'm bringing
Can
one.
you help me get gas so I can go to work?" They always throw in that key word, borrow.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
is what screws it up. It's
Yeah.
Well,
you
there have been. I'm not going to make no lies about it. I have been on calls over the years or whatever, and I hear somebody when we're in a call saying they're struggling or this is happening, that's happening, and and people have not even asked me to go ahead and do a fundraiser for them or whatever. I'll turn around, I'll just go live on my own, and yes, they'd be like, "Dad, I told you didn't have to. I didn't ask you to do that or whatever." But I'm sitting there like, well, if you're going to sit there constantly tell me, I mean, let me hear it that you're hurting, your family's hurting, and everything else. What more? I'm like, hey, let me see what I can do. And whenever in the past, when I used to do fundraisers for people and everything else, it's not like I was asking the community and everything else. Dad put his own money behind that ass too. It's not like I just
exactly.
went on there. I was like, nah, I turned around and donated a couple $100, not $5, $10 or whatever. I mean, I remember this one YouTube channel. It was Sid something. I forgot his last name or whatever. And I raised almost damn near $400, and I gave him $200 out of my own money on top of that. And it did turn out that it was all bullshit. I literally was taken for a ride.
Right.
Okay. And I felt like, well, what do I say? That's why, when it comes to doing fundraisers for people or whatever, I don't do them anymore. If I know you personally and I've known you a long time, you talk or whatever, and you ask me, hey, can I borrow $50 or whatever the case may be, that's different. That's different. But I'm not going to put my neck out there no more on doing fundraisers just because
Because
I've had it fucking snap so many times.
well, exactly. And okay. So in May, my mom has generously decided to give us all of us children a certain amount of money. I already have that money spent. Not on bullshit, on practical reasons, but I also have spending money out of that money that I can use for my own personal shit. Um, but as I was talking to who the hell was I was talking to one of my friends and they're like, "Well, you got all this money coming. Why can't you help other people out?" And I said, "I have all this money coming. I have to buy property in Oklahoma so that way we can move to Oklahoma. I have to move to Oklahoma. I have stuff I have previously planned, and this is just going to help it out. I have my own glasses I need to order.
Come in here. Big get froggy.
Where is this extra money that you seem to think I have?"
Right.
And
Mhm.
they're like, "Well, you're getting X amount of dollars." And I'm like, "Great. Who told you that? Because I didn't tell you how much I was getting. I always say I'm getting X amount of dollars." "Well, you figure, see, so it's technically an inheritance. You get more than, $10,000. I said,
I w-
my mom is giving me this
mm,
money. She's
mhm.
giving me this money out of the money she inherited, which means that technically it is an inheritance for me, but it's through my mother. She
Right.
did not have to give us this money. Am I
Right.
appreciative? Yes. Did I argue with her? Fuck yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
But that money is set aside so I can move to Oklahoma.
But that money was also given to you by your mother for a purpose and everything else. When people find out about that you received this or whatever, I'm sorry. I mean, I like I
It
said,
turns into a money hungry world.
I don't know who you're talking about and I don't want to know because it probably just would be like, wow, that's fucked up. But you know, I know, you know, just because you receive something doesn't mean that you have to become a fucking charity to others. Okay, first
Well,
off,
exactly. Well,
I
the
mean,
stupid part is
and you shouldn't have to explain
coming.
yourself.
It's coming from my other. Okay, my grandma had 2 kids,
Hmm.
Jim and my mom. Jim had 5 kids. My mom
Hmm.
had 3.
Hmm.
One of Jim's kids, which I don't really talk to, but I talk to once in a great while, was starting a hissy fit because my mom's giving us money instead of his dad, and his dad ain't giving them nothing.
You know
That
what?
ain't my mom's fault, and that ain't my fault that his dad ain't giving them nothing.
You know what I call that?
Jealousy.
Ungrateful, spoiled, rotten little brats.
Oh, they all are.
Well, there's a thing with when it comes to like money and inheritance, or even winning, like a lawsuit or even the lottery.
Or whatever.
You never know how many relatives you have until you win money or have money in your
You're going to
pocket.
have people coming out of the woodwork. Where's my share?
Now,
You
Exactly.
start realizing that you had relatives that you never knew you fucking had. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
Or even friends that you never knew you had.
Chris, can I say something, Maggie? Thank you, Maggie. And you don't know how true that is. And sometimes that, like, is bad.
Well, and that's the thing. It's not bad that we have a big heart and that we want to help people. It's bad that people
Take advantage of it.
take advantage
Yep.
of us.
Mhm.
Now, see, when I win the lottery, my plan is helping people. But things that happened to me just a few days ago changed my mind on all that. Because it's like, no, wait a minute. If my so-called friend, sister, whatever, is going to do this to me, do I really? How bad are these other people going to screw around my head? You know what I
If
mean?
I were to ever win the lottery, I would literally buy an apartment complex for veterans, homeless veterans.
Yep.
God bless your
Why?
heart.
Because at the end of the day, a veteran is going to be more outstanding, more upright, and more upfront than the people that are out there begging for money, begging for cigarettes, and then driving home in a Rolls Royce. Rolls
Mm,
Yeah,
damn
that,
good.
that brings up a story that I can tell you. My old auto body teacher, when I was going to OTC, this was before it was actually called OTC at the time,
What was that?
and he had a body shop. So he, out of the kindness of his heart, he walked over to this woman, handed her $200 out of his wallet because it was her and her 2 kids. As soon as he got back inside, he turned around. They got up, they walked off and jumped in, got inside a brand new Cadillac Escalade.
Oh yeah, they're out there constantly. But now there is a channel that I watch constantly that their whole purpose, and you watch them go through the detox and all of that, is to get people off the street who truly want to be off the streets.
Right.
And a lot of the people, Florida, for example, California, they're veterans who have not had the ability or the support system to cope with going from military. As you know, when you're in the military, they literally reprogram you to think like military. Then
Mm.
when you leave the military, you have to adjust to everyday civilization.
Right.
And some people cannot handle that. I have a great friend, and I will tell you today, I will drive down to Louisiana and beat somebody for this man. His name is Camo, and he's had a very hard time adjusting to civilization from the military. He always used to tell me I would rather staple my nuts to a telephone wire than be on the phone, but I'll talk to you for hours a day.
Oh wow.
The
Mm.
reason why I got him to break his shell and he was able to cope with everything that was happening.
Mhm. Mhm.
He still lives at home with mommy, but it's a mutual thing because mommy's sick. And, anyways, he's the greatest man in the whole entire world. He's one of the reasons my favorite shirts is my superhero wears stop takes.
Nice.
Because at the end of the day, he fought for us and we should fight for them.
That's actually a good idea. That what Proggy said.
What?
Getting an apartment
Or complex,
complex
yeah.
just for
Right.
homeless veterans.
There is a lot of veterans out there that are homeless, but then there are veterans out there, or there are civilized people, civilians, who take advantage of the fact that a lot of military give their clothing to the donations.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are a lot of people out there who take advantage of that and steal Ballard.
And okay, getting back to the bullying thing, Tanya. A lot of people, like with us, because we have disabilities and stuff, we're more willing to help other people than, like, say, someone that doesn't have a disability. Now, Chris, he's I don't know, he's unique. But
Chris has a disability. We're just not going there with it.
yeah,
Now I am.
you're right.
But
I
no,
thought that
like,
when you were moving, I thought that's what you were doing. So
Roy doesn't have a disability, and at the end of the day, my neighbor, all he's paying for is the parts we bought for his scooter. Roy's fixing it. Roy has, instead of getting 18,000 cash for our other house that we're selling, he dropped it down to 12 in a car
Wow.
because my neighbor wants the property.
oh wow, okay, that's cool. That's nice.
At the end of the day, Roy will give with his full heart.
Right, but I'm saying it's more people like with disabilities that have gone through shit their whole life.
It's
There
more
are
with people who
kind
have.
of, yeah, kind of,
Actually, I have to argue that point.
what?
The ones that actually give the most are the people that have nothing to give.
That might be true too. That might be, yeah.
The people that give the most are the people that have struggled
Struggle.
themselves.
Like I said, the people that have nothing to give.
Yep. And sometimes that ends up biting you in the ass, but
Well, don't forget. There's also people that may have struggled when they were coming up with mom and dad and a big family and everything else. But then, as they gotten older, they became successful and everything else, and they also give back too. So we can't generalize.
that's
I'm
what
not. I'm
that's-
just saying,
I
a
think
good
that's
portion
kind
of the
what it's talking
people
about, Dad.
are the ones
People
that
that have
have
had struggle.
nothing to give. They struggled all through life. I'm not leaving out the people that have like a 6-figure income or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, because I'm not. Because yes, a lot of them do give. There are still a lot of celebrities out there that do give.
Yep,
Wasn't it John Bon Jovi
I think.
that bought the school that he lived in the town that he lived with all new
I
computers?
think so, yeah.
A lot of
No,
big
I'm not. I'm not
celebrities.
talking about celebrities. I'm just talking about people in general.
Oh, I know.
You know,
Right.
But
I'm
people
just
that have,
saying.
like a lot of, like you.
A lot of people
Dad, now you can't
that-
tell me if me and Chris get evicted tomorrow. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we tell you about it. What the hell would you do? It'd be
I would do everything in my power to make sure that
Chris,
you were taken care of and have a place to stay.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But the thing, like I said, the thing is, I could be here. I could give my last fucking dollar until I get paid to help someone. And I'm behind on bills.
Hmm?
Right.
And
We've been there. You know, this.
It's because I've been there. I've lived in motels.
Yeah.
Well, and like I told a couple people, even if you ain't got a lot of cash, get a van. There are so many people out there that do the van life.
Yeah.
They make
Oh,
a
yeah.
nice, comfortable bed in the back. They get a shower in there. They get a stove. All of that. You don't have to have a apartment to
Right.
be comfortable.
Shit, we
Hell,
got tiny.
I'll take 100 acres with a shack in the middle of it. I'll live in the shack. Just make sure I have Wi-Fi.
But
toilet in the shower. There you go.
you guys understand where I'm getting at.
Yes.
I can shower in the rain and I can go pee outside behind a bush. If I have 100 acres, ain't nobody gonna see me anyways.
That's right. That's right. I agree 100% with you.
But yeah, I have actually done that myself
Yeah.
not too long ago.
When we got this place, I know it's a small, tiny ass little piece of shit, but I was like, oh my God, I was in the motel and I was crying when I was signing the papers. So it's like, sometimes people don't know what they got, you know, when they have it, and then when it's all gone, and it's like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh,
yeah,
they're assholes.
like I said, I just did it not too long ago. Yeah, we had like what, $50 left, and we sent out 15.
Yeah.
We had 20.
Hey,
We had about $100 and some odd dollars. We sent somebody 20, and then we turned around and sent them another 70. But I got paid the next day too.
well, see, and I look at it this way: if I have $20 in my bank account and somebody's like, "Hey, I ain't got cigarettes or coffee for all of today. I don't get paid until Monday." Okay, do you need Sunday too? Because I'll just transfer all my money to you. I don't need it. I have vape juice. We have cigarettes. My bills are paid. I don't need the extra cash. I do, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're like what, behind by 3 bills, and we are still and still giving money out because somebody else needs it more.
Well, see,
Well,
I was
with all due respect, Chris, when it comes to that, this is where me and you definitely differ. Like
you
as
should
far as
always
in
pay your
our thing,
bills before you give
you
money
come
to
first.
somebody else.
Yes,
Yep.
you come first.
We always
Yeah.
get it caught up.
We try to come first.
It should always come first. You, the wife, and your children always come first.
But
Not
our
try.
hearts are just so big.
Listen. I get it. But at the same point in time, when you're doing all that, now you're sitting there adding extra stress on yourselves, and realize stress does affect your physical well-being too,
Yeah.
not just your
I
mental.
used to be the same way as you were, Chris, but at the end of the day, it took me being homeless, losing my kids, to realize that my
That's a
bills
mother.
come first and then everything else comes. As long as my
Mhm.
bills are paid, I don't care. But
I know.
I
Mhm.
went from never having electricity, never having hot water, being poor as hell, to I own 2 houses, 6 cars, and let's go.
Right. Right. No, I agree 100% with you. I agree 100% with you, Froggy. Is like I said, I mean, you have certain responsibilities and everything else. Even though your heart, I know, Chris and Missy, I know your hearts go out to some people and everything else. But at the same point in time, if it
You
ever
come
starts,
first.
you got to come first. Because believe it or not, I mean, money is probably one of the biggest stressors in a fucking marriage. I don't care what it is. I mean, unless you're cheating on each other, then that's a horse of a different world. But I mean, but far as money and the bills and everything else, I get it. You got a big heart. I get it. You want to help people and everything else. But my question would be, what if you got yourself to the point to where you got so backed up on something because you kept on wanting to help people and everything, would that come back to you is the question?
No, and actually, I'm only 2 months behind on the cable, honey.
2 months on
but-
the cable, I think. 2 months on
Don't
the
worry about
electric,
it.
but
No, because we pay it every week or every month. So we're already.
we were already one payment behind on it.
Oh, worry. Okay. Anyway, it can get caught up anyway. But
Yeah.
the thing is, after
Cable
what
is not a necessity. Cable is a luxury. If your
Okay.
cable gets shut off, it gets shut off.
Well, it's not cable, it's the internet, and some little boy would be complaining because he can't get on Fortnite and play with the
you know what?
froggy
Then
and
he can go
be
get a fucking job.
Exactly.
and
There
be
you go.
very,
There
very,
you go.
very inappropriate with them.
Of course,
Mhm.
before that we'd have to get him an ID. But hey,
Here's the thing.
um,
If your kids are old enough to work, they're old enough to help chip in on the bills.
Hey, golly. You sure you ain't my damn adopted daughter out there or something? I'm really amazed that I'm just listening to Froggy talk, believe it or not, with great intensity and everything. And I'm like, damn, that's a lot like fucking me and my wife. Jesus Christ.
Froggy has that way of capturing your attention
I haven't
with
moved.
a
I'm
few
just
words.
listening.
and actually
And
capturing your heart too. So,
you don't want to say anything because you're afraid you're going to miss something.
right.
Well, when she's deep in her thought process, that's why I love live streaming with you guys and everything else. When, because we all, once someone starts talking, they're getting deep into something or whatever, just let them keep on going, let it get it off and everything else. And then the next person jumps in and tries to give their 2 cents of what they think. And that way, we're all not fucking yelling. I don't know about you guys. Have you been to live streams ever where everybody's talking over everybody and it's just like, holy fuck, shut the fuck up. Let the person talk.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. But no, when I was raised at the age of 16, I had a job. I had to pay one bill and my car insurance and my kids' expenses because I was 16 and had a 1-year-old. But I had to pay my own stuff. Even though I lived at home, I had to pay one bill. My daughter rents our RV from us. She has to pay us rent. Why? Because even though it's only like $250 a month, anybody can afford that. There's no electricity or anything like that. It still keeps her humble.
Okay.
Hey, before you say it, hey, Froggy,
Yes.
look in the chat to what Crimson Ghost said.
Papa, yeah. I keep telling Cody he needs a job because he needs to help out.
I keep trying to get him to.
But at the same time, he also has to be at home and help out. So he should be doing chores instead of
oh,
playing Fortnite and
Yeah.
being very inappropriate with
Sorry
people
about
like
that.
you and Heatful Joker and
Oh,
yeah.
Pizza
guys,
and all that.
do not worry about us because I'll tell you what. After what happened recently, my circle is now fucking closed. There ain't nobody. Nope. Sorry.
So basically, it's the 3 that's up here, the 1 that's in the room, and a few others.
Yeah.
Well, see,
And that's sad. That's sad to say. But I accept that this person is actual fucking family.
have you ever realized that family is the first ones to turn their back on you?
No.
Hot damn. I love you, I swear to God. My Lord.
I was thinking it through the whole time, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Family is always the first people that will turn their back on you when you don't give them what they want.
Oh,
hell yeah.
That's why
Yeah, you know all about that.
all
Don't
love people.
And they will be the first to go ahead and remind you of, hey, I did this for you fucking 20 years ago. And it's like, and you're
You
never
owe
going to
me.
let that fucking go, are you?
When I was younger, I got bit by a dog. When I went and got my trust fund money, it was $25,000. The first thing out of my sister's mouth was, well, I drove you down here. I deserve $1,000.
What?
Hey, Doran.
I'd have been telling her what.
Hey, Dorian.
I gave my
Wow.
sister $3,000 and it was still not enough.
Mm.
My ex-husband spent $15,000 of my money and bitched at me when I was gone. I spent maybe $2,000 on clothes, not even for myself, for him, his mistress, his mistress's husband, and their 3 kids and my kid. So please tell me where the hell, why I was being bitched at. But once again, family will turn their back on you faster than you can say, hi, how are you?
We got one person that's here that knows all about that.
What, at the end of the day, you can still be friends with people. You can still like people. You can still love people. But the wallet closes.
Yep.
Amen.
Once they say, "Hey, I'm like your family. I just, I really need like $20. Could you borrow?" Nope. I don't borrow to family. I don't borrow to friends, and I'm sorry, but that's how it goes. And it's plain and simple, just like that. There are the ones that you already know you can trust, the ones that you already know will pay you back. But
I
at
have a
the
question though.
I always say don't borrow something that you know that is going to hurt you personally. My
Yep.
father always taught me, if you're going to go ahead and borrow somebody money, make sure that you don't miss it, because that way you don't have to worry about it coming back, because
My
you've
grandma
already
said the
atoned for that.
exact same thing.
Honest to God truth. My father always instilled that with me, and I carry that way on in my whole fucking life. If someone borrows some or whatever, I've already written it off. If it comes back, great. If it doesn't, it's okay. I don't let it affect me or have my different mindset about a person or whatever. Because sometimes, I always wanted people whenever think, hey, can I borrow $50 or whatever? Like you said, in the terminology means everything. If you be like, hey, can I need $50, but I don't know whenever I could pay it back because I'm hitting hard times. And here's my thing, what I always say all the time. I tell my kids the same fucking thing. If you're gonna go ahead and borrow money from mom and dad or whatever the case may be, if you have no intentions of paying it back to mom and dad or whatever, say it up front on everything. Even with my own kids. I mean, yeah, I've got money. Can I do things? Well, sure I could and everything. But I teach my children the ways of dealing with finances and everything else. I said, but if you come to me and tell me, Dad, I don't know when I'm going to be able to pay this back or whatever, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not worried about it because I already written that fucking money off. It's gone and everything. You do what you got to do. I'd rather. One thing that a lot of people here, I don't know if you're going to agree with this, Froggy and Brexit, and I don't know if you can agree with this, but people go ahead and make a loan from someone, right? Now, when they make that loan, which means they're hitting towards the part of that it's extremely tight or they have already gotten beyond their means. Now, and then they'll say, well, I'll pay you back in a week or whatever the case may be. But now you're already starting out that following week behind. I've always said in my lifetime, yeah, okay, I'll give you this, but you know what? Within 6 months, when you get back on your feet or whatever, then go ahead and give me the money back or whatever. That's the way that a way I'll do it and everything
I
else.
don't do it that way. I'll give them the money and they'll be like, oh, well, I'll pay you back. And I'll be like, how about you pay it forward when you get on your feet?
Yeah, like it's in the same
It's
context.
in the same context. Hey, when you get the money, give me the money back. Or, hey, there might be somebody out there that needs $10. Why don't you
Mm,
pay it? We have a deaf lady here in my town, and her card was not running, and it was her breakfast, and she was having a hard time trying to get um her breakfast, whatever. I just walked up there and swiped my card, and I'm like, there you go.
mm,
And she goes, why? I go, why not? She goes, but I don't know you. How can I pay you back? I go, pay it forward when you get the chance.
mm,
That
mm,
same day, in the dollar store, there was a lady $10 short on her bill. The lady managed to get her bank account or whatever fixed, and she paid it. And she's like, hey, just pay it forward.
mm,
Right.
mm.
And it goes that way. Oh, by the way, Congratulations on hitting over 30K.
Yep.
Lunatic Dad. From
Who's that guy?
Dante.
Dante.
Thank you, Dante. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah,
Congratulations
yeah.
on over 30K.
Oh my God. No, no, no. I'm melting. I'm melting. I'm fucking melting over here.
Dante,
Well-
if you think that's awesome, you should check out their celebration video. Oh my God, that was fucking hilarious.
You better
You
shut
know,
up.
I
This
do-
isn't about me.
I do watch Lunatic Dad. He just doesn't always see what I watch him because a lot of times I watch him on my bed. But
You know, that sounds kind of like kinky to me, girl. I mean,
on the computer, I'm
hello,
laying down.
hello.
butt
I am
streaking
here.
out.
I am here. You saying that? Just letting you know, I am here.
Not like that. Not like that. I'm taking
Quit
it
being
back. You're
inappropriate,
going
Tanya.
live.
I'm just saying.
Well-
I'm just saying, sweetheart. I'm just saying.
That was lunatic. That was all Lunatic Dad.
With the
Godly, holy shit. Okay.
Funny.
with the talk about the whole money and loaning money out and stuff like that, I have a saying of my own. If I can't afford the shit, I don't need it.
So if we can't afford cable, we don't need it. Oh, there's
Exactly.
a little boy there. I'll say it.
Damn.
That
Damn.
little boy can go get a job. Hotspot. I don't know how much Mike pays, but I think it's $55 for unlimited.
No,
Hotspot.
No, it's not.
well, we
It's
have.
only 50 gigabytes.
Yeah, we have
No,
the biggest one.
No. He got the unlimited. Trust me.
Mhm.
But I'm just saying, that's my thinking. If I can't afford it out of my own pocket, I don't need it.
But there's a
If I can't turn cans in to get that extra $20 cash, I guess I'm fucked.
I remember taking back
Sure.
hot bottles up in Michigan. I took back over $100, and we had pizza.
Oh, I think I have, you know, those big water containers
Mhm.
that like farmers use
Yes.
to hold water. Yeah, I have 6 of them full of pop cans that got to go turned in before we move.
Holy shit, girl. My lord. You've been saving a while there, huh?
Oh yeah. Plus, we get them from people's jobs because they'll just throw them, and we just
Oh,
put
yeah.
a little recycling bin there and got all the pop cans.
Hell,
But at the end of the day, yes, people are going to use us. Yes, people are going to abuse us. People are going to bully us.
Mhm.
True. Well, I don't let no motherfucker bully me, tell you the truth, darling. And I used to allow people to go ahead and use me or whatever because I thought, you know, that I shouldn't say I allowed it. Let's just say I was convinced that what I was doing was out of my heart and just to help someone. When you find out that it's bullshit down the line, that's when it
It
hurts
hurts.
the most. That's when it
Yeah.
hurts. When you're like, man, my intentions were pure. I didn't want anything. I didn't want recognition. There's been many times, I swear to God, on my times up on this damn YouTube and everything, where I've done shit behind the scenes. And I told people, don't say a fucking word. Don't say a, just shut your mouth. Don't say
Yep.
anything.
Exactly.
And then they turn around and then they're like, oh, Lunatic Dad did this. You know why? Because up on social medias, when someone sees that you're doing something out front and everything else, then other people start trying to get in with you. They're like, hey, you know, he's got money or she's got money or whatever the case may be. And they try to take advantage of that and everything.
Yep.
Because my heart is very, very, I mean, so warm towards certain people and everything else. But once you go ahead and break that heart and you break my trust and everything, I may forgive you, but I'm never going to be able to go back. Like you said, I can forgive you, but doesn't mean that I can ever trust you or go back to the way I was with you.
Exactly. And
Okay, that brings it to another thing.
Oh, God.
Destination fear. Okay. Okay. Bitches.
enough with Destination Fear. They ain't nothing but a piece of
No,
shit.
no, Tanya. No. You bitches got like over $7 million. I ain't
Combined
got shit.
total.
And then y'all are asking everybody else for money. No. No.
And but that's a lot of production channels out there. They do that. If you ever notice, there's a lot of different cards out there that, like credit cards out there, that will literally promote themselves through all of these different places, but then they're asking people to pay them for the promotion.
Right.
Like,
Yup.
two and two don't always add up. But
Well,
getting kind of back onto subject, a lot of people like me and you guys, we have been through hell and back.
Oh God, darling.
But one of the best sayings my grandma has ever said to me was, no matter how people treat you, you deserve respect and love as long as you give respect and love.
right.
But don't ever let somebody force it out of you.
Girl.
You
Well,
don't owe anybody respect. You earn that respect
I appreciate
Mhm.
by giving respect.
it. Go, Danny.
My grandma and I used to think my grandma hated me because I used to have the hottest temper in the whole entire world. I was self-centered, the whole 9 yards. And I don't know what happened to me, but a lot of things changed, and I got to know my grandma, and there was so much wisdom that she shared that I will personally carry with me.
that's one thing I can say. My grandmother never taught me a damn thing.
My grandma was a teacher, so she loved teaching.
It's sad to say,
I take that back.
my grandmother never even showed up to my high school graduation.
My grandma was there when I gave birth to my daughter at the age of 15 and never judged me. My grandma was there for not one, not two, but all three of my high school graduations. My grandma was there the day I was stuck in Iowa, and I had my 4-year-old daughter at the time with me going through a divorce. My grandma sent my dad $1,000 to go get me.
Mm. It almost sounds like your grandma is more like a very high figure in your life, like someone that you really, really, really that she has taught you well and everything else. It seems like your grandma was very close to you,
She was.
Froggy.
She
Say hi.
was.
I'm music, Chris.
They see
A
you.
matter of fact,
That's
in
Froggy,
June,
and that's Abraxas and Missy. You know everybody on here.
a matter of fact, in June, I get to go bury her.
Well,
But I
Mama.
convinced my grandma before she passed that I would get a little urn necklace with her with her ashes, so that way I could always have a piece of her with me.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Abraxas has got to go night night because he's got to go to work.
It's 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, brother. I wasn't gonna say anything because believe it or not, Froggy, I will admit you've had me intrigued quite a bit in this
he's
damn life.
memorizing.
Well, hey, I mean, I would put it out there. You know, we do need. I mean, we got two members of the breakfast crew that we do always live streaming on Mondays. Would maybe we want to have a third one? Hmm.
Yeah.
Depends on my Mondays.
Oh, oh.
A lot of
If my son's having a bad day, I won't be able to join. If my
No,
son's
no, no,
having
no,
a
no.
good day, I'll be able to join unless I'm busy doing something else,
That's fair
like
enough.
driving home from Virginia. Because I'm
That's
doing
fair
that
enough.
in June.
Yep, she'll be here in June, so
No,
Yeah,
I enjoy. Like I said, I mean, you've got a good head on your shoulders, woman. You got a good
she
head on your
does.
shoulders.
It's took
I'm
it a
63,
lot.
going to be 64, and I can tell someone that thinks like old school. You're like an old soul, like dad. That's pretty good, pretty fucking cool.
okay. Any last words, anybody?
Love
Froggy,
y'all, says the spicy froggy.
There you go.
Yeah, what about you, Dad?
I would just like to thank everybody that did come out to the Lunatic Dad of Brexis or Brexis Lunatic Dad, and hopefully to a theater near you, Froggy Love. Well, up on our shows up on Monday. Yes, we did get off a little bit of topic and everything else because also Dad was a little bit sidetracked with the shit that happened before the live stream and everything else. But just a little bit, I was.
We all were.
But I would like to personally thank Froggy. Thank you very much, sweetheart. I mean, like I said, I've always been impressed, and you cease to amaze me. And again, Missy, you know I love you, girl.
Love you too.
No doubt about it.
I love a lot of people.
Chris, all right. All
I'm
right,
still a hemorrhoid on your ass, right?
You always will be a hemorrhoid on my ass. That is no doubt. That is no doubt. But again, until Amy, I said, hello, lovey.
All right,
Okay.
she took
She took the dog out.
Well, just in case, just let her know that it was on my mind and everything else.
All right.
Love y'all.
Bye. Love you. Love night, guys. Thank you for coming in. It's nice to see you, Maggie and Thinking. I love you guys.
Peace.
Much love to each and every one of you guys. Thank you. Thinking
Bye.
it's been nice to see you come back in. Along with Maggie. Much love to everyone else in the chat, the ones that were up on panel, as always. That's what makes my exit so long because of you. With your fucking hand motions and all that. I'll give you a hand motion you can do.
Oh, I'm not like that.
Really? Oh, God. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the replay. If you guys have any ideas for me and Lunatic Dad and possibly Froggy Love if she decides to come up more often, just put them in the comments. I'm trying to ignore Lunatic Dad because I can't stop laughing. A little deeper.
Love your Froggy. No doubt about it. She's going to be a part of our posse, so you shut the fuck up. I've already exonerated her. Oh, what do they call that? When
Nominated.
You nominate? Well, no, it's past the nomination process. She's good. I'm telling you, guys.
Yes, she is.
Yes.
She's
Why do
damn
you
good.
think I do the real paranormal chit chat with her on
She
Saturdays?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for her to get moved so we can start it back up.
You have anything you need to have researched? Call her.
She can do it.
Got you.
But,
Well,
yeah, but that being said, guys, peace and enjoy the rest of your day.
peace out.
Hang on, Dad.